Jack Dunlop as they received ownership stakes in the esports team 100 Thieves. Better known as Valkyrae and Courage in the streaming world, the two have spent the last few years as content creators for the group and are now being rewarded with equity. The announcement is significant as there are not many female owners in the esports world. Elsewhere, the news was embraced by those who wanted to use it to bring back up the fallen relationship between 100 Thieves co-founder Nadeshot and his once best friend Nick Merckx. Folks joked that they finally got around to giving out Nick's ownership share, just not to Nick. Happy gaming.
Stay in touch in the world of gaming with the OnSide Radio E Report.
Now streaming online.
OnSide Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan. Time to get in the zone. The OnSide Zone.
Well, and look, man, I don't care if you're my wife. If I don't agree with you, I'm going to say it. You know what I mean?
The OnSide Zone.
He's a liar. And there's nothing new about that. He's full of crap. If you're believing that, I got a bridge in the Keys. It's the one on the right side. Just want you to know, when you're going south, you'll see the smaller bridge on the right. I've got that one for sale if you're interested.
You can join us on the OnSide Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623.
That's the one boy band that I will say, dude, I'll stand up for Boys to Men every day of the week and twice on Sundays. Love those guys.
You can join us on the OnSide Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. You can connect with us at OnSideRadio.com by sending us a text at 844-416-8123. The OnSide Zone with a big O.
All right.
I need to know I'm not alone. Now take it home as the night begins to fade away.
All righty. Welcome aboard. How are y'all doing out there? Y'all feeling good? I know I'm feeling good. It's a beautiful Thursday. Kind of weird for me yesterday. Yesterday I got home. I was like dead tired, and I was like, all right, this will be easy. And this ever happened to you, Sean? You're dead tired, but you get home, and then you get into bed, and you still can't sleep.
All the time.
Man, it is so frustrating, dude. I went to sleep like around 11:10, which is early for me normally, and I woke up at 2:20. I think I rolled in bed for like 2 hours. I do have like 8 billion things going through my mind.
No.
Which, yeah, it's just like, and so I don't think, and
I don't believe that at all.
And I was thinking about all kinds of things that were going on through my mind, and I just got up like at 4 a.m. and I just said, I'm done, dude. I'm just going to start my day.
And that is a dangerous mind.
Yes, it is. That is a dangerous mind, and we will be there at Dangerous Minds in Pompano for every road broadcast. It's a beautiful thing, man. So anyways, hope you all are doing well out there. Hope you're doing beautiful on a gorgeous Thursday. Boy, the clouds are just beautiful and blue. A couple little white clouds around. And, of course, we are broadcasting live high atop Auto Nation Stadium, I think is what it's called now. Auto Nation, what is it again? Pink. What is it? Auto Nation what?
Auto Nation Drive Pink Stadium.
Auto Nation Drive Pink Stadium. Dude, that Auto Nation's had that thing with the pink and the breast cancer and all that stuff for so long now. I got to tell you something. I don't know if it was who it was in our team here that came up with the idea and the sponsor, but you couldn't have picked a better sponsor. I mean, really, seriously, that it just goes perfect, man. It's awesome. So love it. Stadium looks beautiful as always. We are waiting, of course, for the season to start next. We're 9 days away, aren't we? Isn't it the 17th?
The Sunday the 17th. Right?
Sunday the 17th.
18th, right?
18th.
Yeah.
It's the 18th.
Yeah,
Okay.
18th first home game, 24th first road game.
Okay. So that'll be the first time we're at Dangerous Minds on the 24th. So that is a beautiful thing. And thank the Lord, huh? How about that, Sean? This year we don't have to deal with the condensed schedule, dude. Boy, we worked our asses off last year, having all those games in short amount of time. I mean, we were really forget the players. We were way more worked out than the players. I mean, come on, right?
No, 100%.
Not
And
even close.
I was looking like we got almost like 7 days off in between some games. I was like, what is this?
Yes.
We were back to back almost all
I
the
know,
time.
dude. It was crazy last year how many games they had to put in a short amount. It'll be nice now to have a regular season this year. It'll be beautiful to get fans back into the stadium. I believe they're going to open up with like 6,000 or something like that.
Wow, that's awesome.
I think that was the number. So that's going to be really cool. I mean, you know, there's a different buzz around the stadium right now. You know, it's kind of the same buzz we had last year, right before the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
Remember
It's
that?
identical, yeah.
Everything was getting ready. The trucks
Was
were
it the
coming
Friday
in.
before, right? The Friday
Right.
before the game.
trucks were coming in, and they're setting up satellites and doing all of this and that. Everybody's getting everything ready, and then all of a sudden, boom, pandemic shut down 2 days before the season opener here at home because they played the game in L.A., remember? And then they were coming home, and then, unfortunately, the rest is history. So there you go. So good stuff
And
there,
one of
man.
our away games will actually be almost pretty much a home game this year, too.
Oh, the Montreal?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's well, actually, we are going to have as much soccer as we did last year in a condensed time because we have two teams in one stadium. So Montreal will be playing. So we will have 2, 3, 4 games sometimes in a week here. You know what I mean?
Ground crew will
not
be
4,
very
but
busy.
maybe 3. I can see us having at least 3 games in a week a lot of times here in and not that they're all going to be home, but they will be in action, man. So good stuff out there. Hope everybody is doing well. Let's see. Omar Lopez was first in to check in. NorCal Dolphin says, pack it up, pack it in. Let me begin. I like it. Salutations. Matt Walker's in. Raging Dolphin Maniac says, hi, everybody. Herman Cueva says, Big O, Arsenal, bad moments are the Arsenal Wenger curse. Yeah, you're probably right. You're right. Wenger's curse, or I mean, it's just since the early 2000s, dude. I really haven't really enjoyed the Arsenal. You know, it's been tough, and you know, it's funny because there's some pretty cool Arsenal bars in town, and I've been wanting to go and hang out with the lads to watch it, just to have that experience, and have some fun. But when they suck, it's no fun. So I'm waiting for them to kind of turn the corner one day, and then they're pretty good, and then I can go walk into an Arsenal bar where I know everybody will be happy instead of like pissed off and breaking glasses. Let's see. Herman Cueva is in. Gus 1388. Is anyone tired of the Tua slander? You know, Gus, let's get into this Tua slander stuff because it's the microwave society that we're in. And that's really the major problem of everything that goes on in this world. You know, Mike Gesicki was slammed after his first year. You're watching Noah Igbenogany. People have given up on Noah. He hasn't played much. He's a first-round pick. He didn't even have an offseason. Would you relax? Let the kid grow. We don't let Gesicki grow. Now, where are all those people that were jamming on Gesicki in the first year? Because they all look pretty stupid. So it's the same thing over and over and over again. And everybody has, you know, short memories. You know, it took Jason Taylor like his 3rd year, 4th year to become Jason Taylor. First couple years, decent stats, had some injuries because he was kind of skinny, took a little bit of a beating, had to build up his body and his strength and all of that. And then eventually he became a monster. Okay, Zach Thomas blew up right from the get-go. Not everybody does. Some guys, Pat Surtain, lost for the first year. The league is littered with players that did not start their careers with a bang. In fact, they started with a thud. And guess what? That's normal for a rookie. It's normal to struggle. It's normal to look a little lost. It's normal to look not as strong as everybody else out there physically. It's normal not to understand everything out there because it's so much more complicated than what you were dealing with in prior levels. So when people have this, and then the other thing that probably hurts the whole Tua thing more than any of the other players we talked about, dude, we've been talking about this guy for 2 years before you drafted him. And there was, a tank for Tua, tank for Tua, tank for Tua, tank for Tua, tank for Tua. And it was like he was the answer. And so then all of a sudden, you get the guy that you've been wanting the whole time, and then he has a decent rookie year, not a great one. Okay, I get it. But now you overreact, and you make it sound like he's not going to be the guy, and he's not going to turn into a good quarterback. When, if you really look at it, a guy that came off a career-threatening hip injury showed incredible accuracy, showed smarts, was durable enough to last that year, coming off a hip surgery. There were a lot of positives to it, but it's not enough for some people. It's almost like, and then the other thing is, Flo benches him twice. Well, Flo's agenda was about winning. And so at the moment, like most rookies, you could leave Herbert in there because you weren't going anywhere. And there were a lot of games that they ended up losing, and he put up some decent numbers. And you can do those kind of things if you're the Chargers because you're not going anywhere. But if you're the Dolphins, you are a playoff contender. So the way you don't lose the locker room is, well, we got a shot for the playoffs, but we're going to keep playing the rookie even if he's a little green around the ears and he's not ready for these kind of moments. Then all of a sudden, you lose the guys in the locker room. And Flo couldn't do that. So, see, I think people, they lose sight of what the job is of the head coach and what the job is of the players at times. And some things are in their control and some things aren't. And Tua did not have the luxury of playing for Cincinnati, did not have the luxury of playing for the Chargers, which, by the way, they all had better weapons. But that's not, forget that. I'm not even, that's neither here nor there. But my point is, if he gets to play for Jacksonville, if he gets to play for Cincinnati, if he gets to play for the Chargers, he gets to stay on the field and make all the mistakes. And they don't care because they were never, they weren't going anywhere whatsoever. So it didn't matter. You can play him with the Jets. You can play him with a bunch of sorry teams that weren't going anywhere. And some of them may have had better weapons than he did here in Miami. So maybe he would have done better. And I know he would have done better with the Chargers with those weapons. But again, there's this fine line that Flo was walking where he has to try to develop the kid, but at the same time, he's in the middle of developing a team. He's in the middle of developing a culture. And if he sold out to win the year before, remember, all the idiots, tank for Tua, tank, and there was never any tanking. At no point did they ever tank. They just rebuilt with youth. And then they went out to win all those games, even when they didn't have enough talent. They were trying to win every game possible. So then year 2 rolls around of Flo. Do you expect them all of a sudden to say, we're not trying to win? Can't do that. So you've got to walk the fine line. And the beauty is you don't have Johnny Manziel, who would probably go to the media and social media and talk shit about being benched. Or that he should be playing, or he's this great, or that, and he didn't accomplish anything. This kid is smart. He understands the big picture. He knew that the guy in front of him was a little more experienced and could help the team out in those situations. So he used his maturity to then put his ego aside and say, okay, I got to take a step back because it's the better for the team. And then what does he do? He goes and he supports Fitz the entire time. He's the first guy to congratulate Fitz when he comes off the field because he's also been in that same position at Alabama where he's the guy that came off the bench, right? And so he has that maturity to be able to handle it. But the problem is there's a lot of fans, media members, that they want to write the ending of this script. They want to write the end because it has to be the way they envisioned it. Oh, no. The only way this works if he stays on the field and he kicks ass. If he doesn't, he must suck. Meanwhile, hundreds of quarterbacks have been terrible in the first year or 2 or 3 before they figured it out. And he wasn't terrible. He just wasn't playoff ready yet. That's all. Okay? What are you going to do? And it's not like he had incredible weapons around him to make his life a little bit easier. The guys around him made his life near impossible because they had no separation, so the windows were tight. He had an incredible completion percentage in some of the tightest windows in NFL this year. He had some of the better numbers, but nobody looks at that. They don't care. So they need the entire steak. They need all the sides. They need dessert. And they got to have it all right now. And that's just not the way it goes, man. It just doesn't happen that way. And a lot of people aren't willing to be patient in this process and give it time. Paul Soliai sucked for about 3 years. Third year, he showed a little bit of something, but it was the fourth year where he took off. I had a prominent player in those days tell me his first year, this is a prominent player, tell me that guy can't play. Got to be patient, man. Got to be patient. And I think Tua, considering the limitations of talent, considering the limitations when you talk about his body, because this year you're going to see a different Tua. You'll see. I think he did a phenomenal job. But, we had Joe Shad on yesterday, and he kind of agreed with me, and he said, that's the glass half full approach. And you could call it that. That's a fair assessment of what I'm saying. But I just think I'm a realistic person more often than not. If you're bad, you're good, you're decent, you did well, you didn't. Overall, I think most of the time I do a pretty good job of reading it. And I just think that I defended Gesicki after the first year too. Because how do you give up on the kid after? And like Omar, who we have on all the time, he was so hung up on Gesicki and blocking. And it's like, come on, man, there's tons of tight ends that can't block. It's not what you drafted him for. Don't hold something against him that's not really part of his repertoire anyways. He's a big-ass athletic receiver. That's what he is. And he's a pretty damn good one. So let's be patient. Let's give it time. And just like people have egg on their face for Gesicki, they will have egg on their face for Tua. I can guarantee you that. Don't forget, folks, every Monday, Heat and NBA fans now can catch the best hour of basketball talk when Ethan Skolnick and Ira Winderman host a Pallet Rack City Inside the Paint show. Listen to two of the most knowledgeable and connected reporters in the business. Get year-round insight every Monday from 10 to 11 a.m. with Inside the Paint on the home for hardcore basketball fans, OnSideRadio.com.
We'll be right back to the Big O Show. You can join us on the OnSide Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623.
I'm Ryan Seacrest. First responders are people who stand for a greater purpose. They will be there for you when nobody else is, to help you, your family, your community. This is their selfless promise. This is their sworn duty, to protect, to serve, to help. They put themselves in harm's way for us. They come to the rescue at times when we need them most. First responders are making enormous personal sacrifices to keep showing up for us and fighting the good fight. Nearly 70% of all firefighters are volunteers. That means when they get injured or quarantined, they may not have a way to pay their rent or keep their family safe and fed. No matter who you are or where you live, when you call 911 and ask for help, first responders show up. Now, let's show up for the people who show up for us every day, and every night.
Go to firstrcf.org and make a difference today.
At Baptist Health, we are ready
to serve, to treat,
to safely proceed with your procedure.
We're ready for ER visits and office visits
with skilled surgeons,
advanced medicine,
and multidisciplinary teams.
We're ready for new arrivals
and new recoveries.
We are ready.
We're ready to diagnose, treat, and manage
anything that comes our way
with exceptional care and comfort.
With the same preparedness and compassion you've come to expect from Baptist Health.
And we are ready.
We're ready.
We're ready
to care for you.
Take OnSide Radio everywhere you go with the MyTuner Radio app. Download the free app and listen to your favorite OnSideRadio.com host. Go to your app store, download MyTuner Radio, and search OnSide Radio, South Florida's sports station. You can connect with us at OnSideRadio.com by sending us a text at 844-416-8123. Save it on your cell phone, 844-416-8123. No better place to send your comments, ask questions, win prizes. OnSideRadio.com, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan.
ADHD. It's the child who can't pay attention or sit still in school, right? The answer may be yes. Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, or ADHD, can be complicated and it can last a lifetime. Living with a condition can sometimes be a challenge. It may take years to accept a formal diagnosis, and it's not always easy to find the right treatment plan. Did you know that up to 75% of children and adolescents with ADHD have at least one additional mental health condition that also requires a comprehensive approach to treatment? ADHD guidelines were recently updated to reflect the need to screen for associated disorders. Be sure to talk with your child's doctor about proper screening and visit moretoadhd.com for additional information. That's moretoadhd.com. This message has been brought to you in partnership with ADA, ACO, and CHAD.
This is the Big O Show.
Alrighty. Welcome back. Big O with you. We take you, of course, till 3. Alex Dono will take over. I know Dono is a happy camper like me because he and I are watching Engine Coin blow freaking up. I told you guys about Engine Coin. I've been telling you guys about Engine Coin for a while. Where's it at now? When it went up to like $3.40. It's got to come down a little bit now, I'm sure. Let's see where it's at. It's $3.27. Sick. Okay? I mean, that is awesome. And we're talking about it was like at 230, 240 for a while. And now it just started to blow up and it's up to 326. It is up in the last day 48%. This Engine Coin is tied to video games. And I think it's probably going to go up to $5-7 by the end of the year. So I've been telling you guys on social media, again, not a financial director, not a financial advisor. Okay, just want to make sure you know that. I'm just a sports guy that follows the crypto market and loves to play it, and that's it. That's all I can tell you. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm no expert, but I try to play one, on radio, and I did sleep at a Holiday Inn last night. Not very well, but I did sleep at one, so there you go. Now that's why you can take my my advice there. I'm trying to get Alex Aguirre a little involved in some crypto action. See if we can get him involved there. Herman Cueva says, Big O, Tito doesn't have a full year working for the station, and he's tired of working already. Just kidding. Well, it's one of those things. Tito is, see, the thing that people don't know about Tito is he's really like a billionaire, and he's kind of just here hanging out. So I think he had to kind of get on the yacht, go relax a little bit, and get away, and count his money, because he's also a crypto king. So when you're as well off as Tito is, you got to take some time to enjoy the smell the roses, as they say. So there you go. Tito is smelling the roses, is what's going on. Right. Let's see, what else do we have? Ezio says, Big O, what crypto broker do you use? Coinbase, Crypto.com, and eToro. Okay? I don't use eToro that much. I'll be honest. I only used eToro to get Cardano because Cardano was not on Coinbase. Okay? And so then I went to crypto, and I do a lot of work on crypto because, VeChain is there. They don't have it on Coinbase. Engine Coin is there. They don't have it on Coinbase. Crypto.com coin that I love, they don't have that also on Coinbase. So there are a couple things that they don't have there's several. I mean, they sell Polkadot here. They don't sell it on Coinbase. So there's different Crypto.com has more coins than Coinbase. Put it that way. But they also have some of the coins that I really like. Harmony is another one. If you invest in Harmony, which I like, I just want you to know that it's going to be a long play. Okay? So you stay on Harmony, but you can't get Harmony on Coinbase. So the problem so far with the cryptocurrency stuff that goes on now is that not every service has all the coins. There's a lot of altcoins right now. And so Coinbase has a nice selection, and Crypto.com also has a great selection. Look, one that I love that I haven't been able to buy, now it's kind of too late because it's made its run a little bit, is Theta. I love Theta. I can't buy Theta on Coinbase. I can't buy it on eToro, and I can't buy it on Crypto.com. And I would have put money into Theta a while back, but so there you go. I like Theta, and I like Theta Fuel, and I haven't been able to really download one that I can trust and go into that. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. That's the long, short answer, however you want to look at it. John Rouse says, why can't the media talk a lot about truthful things? I asked you, like what? What's the example, John? Give me an example of something that the media doesn't talk about truthfully. Okay? And John, you've been following our show for a while. I think you get the truth here, bro. I think we kind of lay it on the line here every single time pretty much for you guys. So there you go. Yes, GP Trop is right. Hit that like button. Smash that like button. It is so important that you smash that like button, okay? Please, please, please smash that like button. All right, let's see. What else do we have going on here? Coinbase, I think that's the one I have heard. Yeah, well, Coinbase is the most popular one, the easiest one to use for everybody. They do an awesome job of making it nice and easy, okay? But they do hit you with that 3%. What else do we have? Oh, is that a Cheers shirt? Yes, sir. Gotta go. Where everybody knows your name. Yes, sir. Today is TV shirt day because Kai had a Friends shirt on because he had the Perk Cafe or whatever where they used to hang out. I love that show, Friends. Friends and Cheers. There you go. Yes, so it is a Cheers shirt. I saw it, and I bought this a couple months ago, and I'm a huge Cheers fan. I love this show, So I figured, all right, let me get it because I'm a fan. What the hell? Why not? What else do we have here on the text line here? Why can't media talk about Tua's dedication and work ethic? Well, we'll see. Eventually they will. Is Tua playing in Cincinnati, he would be running for his life and might have blown out his hip again. You are correct, sir. You are correct. Oh, how much do you blame Old Man Chan for Tua's lackluster performance last year? See, Troy, I don't look at his performance as lackluster. I look at it as a rookie. I'm Troy, answer this question for me. Have you watched that 3-part series by Kurt Warner on Tua? Tell me if you did or not. Because if you didn't, I would suggest you watch it, because when he breaks down a lot of the throws, I think you end up even more impressed. One of you told me about it, and I went and watched it, and I loved it. And it actually made me feel even better about Tua. Have you seen it yet, Alex? That 3-part series?
No, I haven't.
Well, Kurt Warner has his own YouTube channel, and so he breaks down quarterbacks. And so he did a 3-part series, and they're short. They're like 9 or 10, 11 minutes long each segment. So in 30 minutes, you watch the whole thing. And he breaks down Tua's entire season, all kinds of different throws, what he liked, what he didn't like. And if you watch it, you'll notice that what he did most was take care of the football. And he tried to stay in those confines of when he had a chance to even take a deeper shot, he didn't. He took the safer shot. And that's all part of being a rookie. So this year, he'll have an entire offseason. He'll work with his guys. He'll notice all the routes they run. He'll get more of the timing. His confidence will grow. He'll be able to anticipate some of the throws a little bit better than he even did this year. Do you know why? Because he's been running the same routes with the guys all offseason, something he didn't do last year. But again, I think sometimes, and I think it happens sometimes to the people in the media, it's like, okay, so you're around the game. Did you learn about the game? Did you ask the right people about the game? Did you notice how other players also kind of have to grow up too, and they don't take certain chances? There are people that are reckless. Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold is reckless. Why was I never a fan of him coming out of USC? Because he threw 4,000 interceptions. And it's really hard to correct a guy that doesn't know how to take care of the football. And if you look at it, you're going to watch Kurt Warner's thing, and you're going to see in that 3-part series a lot of great throws and a lot of great decisions. And then there are some conservative decisions that Kurt Warner talks about. But remember, remember this. Kurt Warner was in the Arena freaking League. He didn't struggle his first year. He couldn't make it. And then he went on to have the greatest show on turf. Then he sucked at the Giants, where he made Dave Brown look better than him, which is scary. Then he goes back to the Cardinals, and he takes them to a Super Bowl. Not win it, but takes them to a Super Bowl. So everybody talks about Kurt Warner and Hall of Fame and this and that. And then, hey, do you remember that Kurt Warner wasn't good enough to be in the NFL? That he had to go bag groceries and play in the Arena League? No, I don't remember that. Oh, okay. No, but let's kill Tua because, he comes back from a career-threatening hip injury and plays pretty decent football as a rookie with shitty weapons, and let's kill the kid. It's just like, no, people don't live in reality, bro. They just don't live in reality. That's the problem. It really is. All right, let's take a quick break. Don't forget, Inter Miami CF fans, you can join us for every road game as we broadcast live from Dangerous Minds Brewing Company, 1901 North Federal Highway in Pompano. Join me and Alex Dono. Enjoy the delicious food and incredible house drafts and giveaways. Inter Miami CF fans, your new home for every road game is Dangerous Minds Brewing Company in Pompano. Follow them on Twitter at Dangerous Minds B and Instagram, Dangerous Minds Brewing.
Now streaming online. OnSide Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com. Join the Inter Miami family in 2021 by becoming a 2021 season ticket member. Enjoy enhanced access benefits and pricing not available to general fans. Visit intermiamicf.com/tickets for more information.
If you missed Man of the Match with Alex Dano, you missed.
I think we need to normalize the nickname Dick again. There used to be a lot of dicks. Now, people think about the male anatomy. I don't know why we can't use Dick as a nick. There was something the strong, silent type would have the name Dick. Yeah, sure, it was a nickname for Richard, but Richards now will just go by Rich or Richard. Like, nobody goes by Dick anymore. I think we need to normalize Dick.
Man of the Match with Alex Dano from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m.
With Make-A-Wish, the impossible becomes possible. A girl battling cancer can become a race car driver battling the course. The boy showing all the nurses his fire trucks can take the helm of a real one. Wishes can give kids with critical illnesses the strength to keep fighting, get better, and grow up.
Where there's a wish, there's a way.
Wishes need you. Visit Make-A-Wish at wish.org.
Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. Sean Stanley hosts the Square Circle Digest.
But to be the man, you gotta beat the man. And I'm saying, woo, right here. I'm the man.
Now, wrestling fans have a place to call home as Sean covers the very colorful world of wrestling. Tune in every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. on the home for sports fans worldwide, OnSideRadio.com. OnSide Radio continues to grow. To make your life easier, you can now find your favorite sports station by downloading the MyTuner Radio app and listen to your favorite OnSideRadio.com host or catch a great Inter Miami CF match. Go to your app store, download MyTuner Radio, and search OnSide Radio, the home for the South Florida sports fan.
Hello, Inter Miami CF fans. Download the Drink AR app and play inside a first-of-its-kind virtual soccer stadium, hosted by Bodega Trevento and Inter Miami CF, and celebrate your passion for soccer from the comfort of your own home. Find the download links on our Instagram account at Treventus and get our wines delivered straight to your home with a discount for all Inter Miami CF fans. Discover Trevento, a shared passion.
Keeping you informed in the world of sports. With an OnSideRadio.com sports update.
The Miami Heat host the Lakers tonight. Tip-off is at 7:30 p.m. The Panthers are playing against the Carolina Hurricanes again. Puck drops 7 p.m. as well. The Miami Marlins lose another one and get swept by the St. Louis Cardinals 7-0. And the Fish open a weekend series with the New York Mets this afternoon at 1 p.m. Either Nick Neidert or Paul Campbell will get the call to pitch for the Miami Marlins. Kevin Durant made a perfect return last night, going 5 for 5 from the field, scoring 17 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists in 19 minutes, and the Nets routed the Pelicans 139-111. On the eve of the Masters, the LA County Sheriff's Office has said excessive speed was the cause of Tiger Woods' February crash. Woods' SUV was traveling from 84 to 87 miles per hour in a 45 mile per hour speed limit. The SUV was going 75 miles per hour when it hit the tree. No traffic citations were issued. This is South Florida's home for local sports talk. This is OnSideRadio.com.
It's toast. When South Floridians need hurricane windows, there's only one crew to call, Brett and Tom at B&T Windows and Doors. They came to the crib last year, installed PGT windows and doors, and now I'm set. No more plywood, no more knuckle-busting wing nuts. PGT windows and doors will keep me and my family safe the next time a named storm comes rolling on through. Call B&T today, 954-233-0126, or bntwindowsanddoors.com. And P.S., do me a favor, tell them you heard about them on OnSideRadio.com.
OnSide Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan.
All right, we're back. Alex Aguirre driving the program. Hope you all are doing well out there. Uber says, Big O, do you ever wonder if some of the Tua hate from the media is because he's a Christian? Nah, man, I don't think so. I don't think it has anything to. I mean, listen, could there be one or two dudes out there that are hating because of that? Maybe, but no. I just think it's. I think it's just a lack of. It's laziness. It's a lack of real reality about how difficult this game is to play. It's like we were talking off the air, and Alex said, "Well, what about Drew Brees?" Right? Drew Brees sucked for 3 years. I mean, Drew Brees looked like a disaster. And this is a kid that played his ass off in Purdue, took him to a Rose Bowl. I mean, he accomplished something when he was in college. He was a good player, man. And then he goes to San Diego, I can say that now, and he sucks for 3 years. And in the fourth year, they draft Eli. Eli doesn't want to play for him. They have to trade him to get Phillip. And then the light went on that fourth year. The kid kicked ass, and then he left for New Orleans, and the rest is history. And so you're talking about, this is not an easy game. It's a game you got to figure it out. And think about this with Drew Brees, because he's not a tall guy. He's also got to learn how to use the passing lanes. When you're not a tall player, okay, it's when you're 6'5", you can drop back and you can see over the lineman and you can see everything break. When you're under, the 6'1" area and you're 6 foot, 6'1", 6'1.5", maybe even 5'11", those kind of guys, 5'10", you're going to struggle to see over these mammoth offensive linemen. So it's super important. Again, things that people don't look at, they don't care, they're lazy. Your linemen, when they're good linemen, they know where to hold the blocks, okay? And then the quarterback knows how to then work those windows in between the tackle and the guard in the center and the guard and the tackle. And they know how to then use those windows to then figure out where everybody else is going. And sometimes these shorter guys have to learn how to be anticipatory throwers because they've thrown the route a whole bunch of times. So they know that he's breaking on 15 yards and they need to place it out there before he gets there. But they may not see the whole play. They may not see the break and all of that. So they're kind of throwing to a spot. And those are things that the Drew Breeses have to learn, the Russell Wilsons have to learn, the Tuas have to learn. That's kind of a challenge for them too. And I thought Tua actually did, if you look at the games, I thought he did a pretty good job with all of that. And Miami's line wasn't really great yet. I hope it is down the line. We had a bunch of young guys there we were watching. It's not something that, this was a seasoned line where they kind of understand where the guy is at and what they've got to do. And so passing lanes are really, really important for a quarterback that isn't tall. And that's an adjustment. And that's another adjustment that Drew Brees had to overcome also. And he had to figure it out. Like a lot of quarterbacks that aren't tall, they've got to figure out passing lanes at time. It's beautiful when you're 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", and you drop back 7 steps, you're seeing everything. But when you're, 6 foot, 5'11", 6'1", you may struggle to see over those mammoth 6'6", 6'7", 6'8" offensive linemen. That's a bitch. So you're throwing the spots. That's another adjustment you got to make. But if you had no offseason where you were throwing that route to Parker and you were throwing that route to Albert Wilson and you were throwing that route to Preston Williams and this guy and that guy, and then your draft picks when you get them, so then now all of a sudden the season rolls around, you were working on your hip, you didn't have a preseason, you didn't have training camp, you didn't get to work on timing. How do you expect him to do? Again, man, look, I'm not a genius. I don't know football more than anybody else or anything like that. But I've been around the game long enough to kind of watch what goes on and kind of judge things for their play and what's around them and what affected them and a lot of things like that. And so there's a lot of components that came into the Tua season. But if you're not willing to compartmentalize and break it all down and be objective about how no offseason hurt that young man, I can't help you. And I'm not going to sit here trying to convince you, because in this world and the way we are now in this society, it's like, no, this is the way I see it. It's over. That's it. Okay, well, I can't reason with you. All right. So it's just something that I just wish, instead of being so microwave, I wish people would actually take the time to actually study the game a little bit more, compare it to other players, notice what other players had to do. I can guarantee you this, it ain't going to take 4 years for Tua to play well. I can tell you that, okay? He'll play better than Breeze did early on. I don't know if he's going to have Breeze's career, okay? But he'll figure it out before Breeze does. I can guarantee you, because I think he'll figure it out this year. Now that he's had this offseason, you'll see. A lot of people are going to go, oh, man, wow. Oh, it's different. Oh, he worked out. Oh, yeah, okay, I see now. Okay. And then they won't even say, oh, I was really stupid and I jumped the gun and I didn't really notice it and all that. And then people will explain that he worked on his body, I don't know, a whole offseason, all that. That's just the way it is, man. Oh, man. Matt Walker says, a wide receiver that Miami should look at in the second round is Elijah Moore from Ole Miss. Okay. John Rouse says, who do the NBA baseball players continue to do business with China but will pull out of the states in this country? Huh? Oh, why do the NBA baseball continue to do business with China? Oh, well, it's money, dude. It's money. That's all. That's it. What are you going to do? Money drives everything, John. And listen, what happened in Georgia, let's not make it sound like it's anything new. The AFL back in the day pulled their All-Star game. Also, they moved it to New Orleans. It was somewhere where they had some racist issues go on, and so it is what it is. And if a lot of people feel that is doing something that is taking away the rights for some people to vote, it is what it is. And now Georgia has to pay the price. That's all. I mean, I don't have a problem with that, man. Restricting people to vote, I don't like that. I'm not for that. But it's not the first time that events have been taken out of cities and they lost them because of, North Carolina lost business. I'm still trying to remember what city it was that had look it up for me there, Alex. AFL pulls NFL All-Star game in the 60s. And I want to know where it was. What city? Because I know they moved it to New Orleans. I want to say it was in Texas, actually. I want to say it was in Houston. And they moved it out of Texas, and they went to New Orleans. I want to say AFL pulls All-Star game in the 60s. Tell me what comes up when you do that. Okay? Oh, imagine Pitts and Najee teaming up with Tua. We'll have a top 5 offense for sure. Would be nice. Would be nice. Let's see what else. Regardless, Coach Flores had confidence to start him. Yeah, man, it's fine, man. Don't worry about all of that. Holy cow, just saw a video of the new Dolphin practice facility. It's almost done. Looks top-notch next to Hard Rock, of course. I mean, listen, you think Stephen Ross is going to do anything cheap? That guy's going to do everything the right way, man. What Stephen Ross had to figure out was getting the right people to run his business, and he finally got that. That's what matters, folks. Okay? Hey, listen, I got to tell you about our new shade, which is just absolutely beautiful. We got to do a video of this shade, a shade above Window Fashions. What, you got the info there before I go? Yeah. What is it? What do you got?
In the 60s, it took place in Houston. In 1965, and I'm sorry, in 66, it took place in Houston.
And it was moved to New Orleans. Or was it New Orleans and it moved to Houston? What was it? So, it took place in Houston? Or they moved it? Where did they move it? I thought they moved it to New Orleans.
It was in Houston in 65 and in 66.
No. You're not. No. You're. Look at AFL moves All-Star game because of racism. Put it just like that. Put it like that and tell me what comes out. All right. So a shade above. We needed a shade here because the glare was coming in. The guys in the morning had the sun beating down on them, plus our TV. We got this big, giant, beautiful screen television in our studio. Like other radio studios. Anyway, so we talked to the folks at A Shade Above in Davie. Call them, man. Great people. 954-434-4774. A Shade Above teamed up with Bandalux to personalize and create the OnSide Radio shade in beautiful pink and black, La Rosa Negra, baby. To order protection with style for your home or office like we did, A Shade Above Window Fashions. Call them 954-434-4774. Go to the website, ashadeaboveflorida.com. Love the space you live in. A Shade Above Window Fashions.
OnSide Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan. Every Thursday, NBA fans can catch one of the best basketball shows in the country when Ethan Skolnick and Ira Winderman host Inside the Paint. Listen to two of the most knowledgeable and connected reporters in the business. Get year-round insight every Thursday at 10:30 a.m. with Inside the Paint on the home for hardcore basketball fans. OnSideRadio.com.
ADHD. It's the child who can't pay attention or sit still in school, right? The answer may be yes. Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, or ADHD, can be complicated and it can last a lifetime. Living with a condition can sometimes be a challenge. It may take years to accept a formal diagnosis, and it's not always easy to find the right treatment plan. Did you know that up to 75% of children and adolescents with ADHD have at least one additional mental health condition that also requires a comprehensive approach to treatment? ADHD guidelines were recently updated to reflect the need to screen for associated disorders. Be sure to talk with your child's doctor about proper screening and visit moretoadhd.com for additional information. That's moretoadhd.com. This message has been brought to you in partnership with ADA, ACO, and CHAD.
Big news, Miami fans! Body Armor is proud to be the new official sports drink of Major League Soccer and Inter Miami CF. It doesn't matter if you're a player or a fan, Body Armor sports drink will hydrate you with potassium-packed electrolytes, antioxidants, and no artificial sweeteners, flavors, or dyes. Whether you're at home or in the starting lineup, Body Armor sports drink will hydrate you from kickoff to the final whistle. Body Armor, now the official sports drink of Inter Miami CF, available at your local Publix.
Inter Miami CF, your official furniture and mattress store, is here. City Furniture is your #1 home source for the trends you want at the prices you'll love, including exclusive City Furniture collections, the widest selection of styles, affordable home accents, mattresses starting at just $99 and more. Create the home of your dreams fast with next-day delivery, plus get 60 months special financing with no down payment. Because City Furniture is here to make it easy so everyone can live life like this, visit cityfurniture.com.
If you missed 4th and 20 with Toast and Marsh, you missed.
It's so rough being a Yankee fan. It's so rough. It's so hard, I know.
Oh, it really is. I mean, they haven't been. I was there in 2009. I was in New York the last time that they went to the World Series. It's been a long time now for them. And no, they're the Phillies of the AL. They brought the band back, and what did they actually do? Kluber any better than Tanaka? Like, is their pitching any better, or are they just again relying on the health of Giancarlo Stanton and Aaron Judge?
Oh gosh.
4th and 20 with Toast and Marsh, weekday mornings from 8 to 10.
At Baptist Health, we are ready.
To serve.
To treat.
To safely proceed with your procedure.
We're ready for ER visits and office visits.
With skilled surgeons.
Advanced medicine.
And multidisciplinary teams. We're ready for new arrivals.
And new recoveries.
We are ready.
We're ready to diagnose, treat, and manage
anything that comes our way.
With exceptional care and comfort.
With the same preparedness and compassion you've come to expect from Baptist Health.
And we are ready.
We're ready.
We're ready
to care for you.
With Make-A-Wish, the impossible becomes possible. A girl battling cancer can become a race car driver battling the course. The boy showing all the nurses his fire trucks can take the helm of a real one. Wishes can give kids with critical illnesses the strength to keep fighting, get better, and grow up.
Where there's a wish, there's a way.
Wishes need you. Visit Make-A-Wish at wish.org.
By the way, I had it reversed. It was in New Orleans, and they pulled it out because of racist issues and took it to Houston. So I knew that, not that I was born in 1965. I was actually born in 66, and I still wouldn't know that, but I'm a little bit of a football historian. Damn, this cable is all screwed up. Let me see if I work on a new one. Anyway, if you all want to get in, it's really simple. 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623 if you want to get in. The text line is 844-416-8123. Kind of stayed there now. Let me not change it then. 844-416-8123. Happy Thursday, Big O. 3 weeks from tonight, the draft. We are getting close, G from Pennsylvania. And yes, we are, man. I am definitely looking forward to it. I cannot wait for the draft. It's going to be a great day for the Dolphins. Ian from Brooklyn says, got my first dose of vaccine yesterday. Thank you for the motivation. Well, listen, thank you, because the faster we all get vaccinated, the faster we can all return to our lives. You know, if from the get-go then this thing broke, we all started wearing masks, and we all started, actually using, control by staying away from groups and all of that, we probably would have cut this thing down. But we didn't. We continue to act stupid. We continue to do things like the Texas Rangers fans, packing in 40,000 people, and you continue to spread it. And to me, that's just a vicious cycle that we've created. Instead, if you social distance, you wash your hands, you wear a mask, you stay away from it. I did all the way through, and I worked. I was out in public all the time, but I made sure that I was out in public responsibly. That's all. There's nothing wrong with that. And if we would have done that, I think we would have minimized more of the deaths. We would have had less. I think we would have had less problem. And if we all take the damn vaccine serious and we take it, then we can all get back to normal things, dude. Wow, what a concept. I just wish we would do that. But I'm glad you got it because, hey, listen, the other thing is, if you and I catch it now, Ian, and everybody else that gets the vaccine, there's a good chance we don't die now. There's an incredible chance we don't end up in the hospital. There's an incredible chance we don't end up on a respirator. There's an incredible chance we don't end up in a coma. I'm good with that. Okay? I am good for that. I love it. Okay? One guy says Tito is smelling the boom boom room. I like it. That's a fun place to be, man. Let's see. What do we have here? GP Trap sends me. Complete hockey news official. The Chicago Blackhawks have acquired forward Brett Connolly, Hendrik Borgstrom, defenseman Riley Stillman, and a 7th-round pick from the Florida Panthers in exchange for defenseman Lucas Carlson and forward Lucas Wallmark. Wow. I did not see that. Wow, that just came across. Well, there you go. You got something for your update, dude. Did you see that trade there, Alex? What? He didn't even hear it. Panthers made a trade, bro. You may want to add it to your update. Yeah. Big trade. Huge trade. Wow. Okay. I like this. All right. Don't screw around, right? You're right there. Let's get it, dude. The same person that said Darnold ain't done because he had nothing to work on with 3 years said Tua's done after one season. It's a great line. Coming off an injury and no weapons makes me laugh, the inconsistency with these people. That is a fantastic line. I love that. Is your name anywhere here? You never put a name, actually. That's a good one. It's a 786 number. I'm not going to say your number out in public, but whoever sent it in with that 786 number, that was solid, dude. Let's see. The best thing that could have happened to us, Orlando Alzagari, the ones who have to thank is you. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. That's very nice of you because Willie Molina said, Big O, you're grooming the guys well. And I just said, listen, we're building a station for real South Florida sports fans. And thanks to Willie and all of you for downloading, for watching and tweeting and texting and whatever it is you do. And obviously, supporting our sponsors, which is incredibly important so we can grow and, smashing the like button, subscribe, rate, review the podcast. All of those things just contribute to us growing and helping us, become what you guys need. You saw what's going on in all those other stations. It's getting destroyed. They're piping in all kinds of national stuff, right? Not all those shows even talk sports or anything like that. It's, you're going to have a station here where we'll have fun, but you're going to have a whole bunch of guys that are really into South Florida sports. So that way you get it. So, when you turn it on at 8 and it finishes at 6, it's South Florida sports. And we're going to add some more stuff. Working on all that. That takes a little while, but we'll grow little by little, man. Saturdays, it's 8 to 3 now. And whereas Alex Aguirre and Christian Chase are actually moving to the afternoon, so they get to sleep in. You looking forward to this Saturday, Alex? Where you get to wake up a little later?
Yeah, and a lot of Marlins talk.
Yeah. So wait a minute. So what time do you normally wake up for that 8 o'clock show?
Like 5:36 around there.
Oh God. Now you get to wake up like what? 9:30, 10?
Yeah, or even later.
It's beautiful. Beautiful. Good for you, dude. Good for you. Let's see. GP Trap says, what do you expect from Texas? They can't keep the electricity on. That's true. That's true. They are pretty bad over there. I'm with you there. Compartmentalize. LOL. Love your lexicon. I don't know. I just maybe I got lucky with that one. Let's see. What else do we have here? All right. So Anthony Chang will join us in this hour. Oh, man. Did I break already for the top of the hour or did I go over the top? What are we doing here? You're not reminding me. We went over? God. All right. Let's break. Come back in 2 minutes here on OnSideRadio.com.
OnSide Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan. Welcome to OnSideRadio.com. Broadcasting from South Florida to the world. No station in South Florida provides more live and local sports talk.
This is like rock and roll with no music.
Follow us on social media at OnSide Radio.
It's toast. Smartest thing I did last year? Called B&T Windows and Doors and had PGT custom windows and doors installed in my house. Listen, it's spring. That means before you know it, we'll be hearing about the tropics churning. That means you need to get your home and family protected today. Call B&T right now and they'll get you installed ASAP with the best in the business, PGT Custom Windows and Doors. 954-233-0126 or bntwindowsanddoors.com. And P.S. Tell them you heard about them on OnSide Radio.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
Now streaming online. OnSide Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan. Time to get in the zone. The OnSide Zone.
And look, man, I don't care if you're my wife. If I don't agree with you, I'm going to say it. You know what I mean?
The OnSide Zone.
He's a liar. And there's nothing new about that. He's full of crap. If you're believing that, I got a bridge in the Keys. It's the one on the right side. Just want you to know, when you're going south, you'll see the smaller bridge on the right. I've got that one for sale if you're interested.
You can join us on the OnSide Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623.
That's the one boy band that I will say, dude, I'll stand up for Boys to Men every day of the week and twice on Sundays. Love those guys.
You can join us on the OnSide Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. You can connect with us at OnSideRadio.com by sending us a text at 844-416-8123. The OnSide Zone with a big O.
All right. All right, it's hour number 2, which we're already into it. Appreciate all of you tuning in and following OnSide Radio. Please smash the like button if you're watching on YouTube. Smash that like button and the rate and review and all that good stuff on the podcast. Very, very important. Make sure you follow us at OnSide Radio on Twitter, also on Twitch or YouTube. All of those things are extremely important for our growth, so we thank you for all of that. The Marlins get swept by the Cards last night, 7-0. Poor Pablo Lopez comes up with a terrific game. Unfortunately, not enough run support, which has been a problem for this team, and they're down to 1-5 now. They got a game that starts in 2 minutes. Hey, dude, can you put the game on here? I don't want to watch golf. Please, put the Marlins on. I don't want to watch golf. Seriously. I'm not 77 years old, bro. I'm not watching golf. That's terrible. I don't even know. Why is it on every day here? I think I'm going to have to make a rule. Please no golf, because you're going to put the host to sleep. You know what I mean? I get it if you got Geritol and I get it. I'm in my 50s. So, like, maybe I'm supposed to be all into it, but I'm not, dude. I just don't. I respect it. I watch it a little bit. I got to go live. When we had Doral here, I used to love going to a Doral golf course and watching the tournament. I'd get a cigar, usually a Churchill, and I'd walk the course, and I'd follow. That I love to do. That's how I can watch golf live and go and walk with folks and check it out. Love it, man. It's one of my favorite things to do in sports. I can do that. But sitting in a TV and watching it? Oh, no, bro. No. No, I can't. I got better things to do, bro. It's too deadbeat. Look at you. You got the game on like figures. You're the seam head. You know, what'd you do? Like you did it like magic, osmosis or something? You just told the TV to change? Was it mental telepathy that controlled that thing?
Pretty much.
Okay, figures. This is why you got to listen to him from 1 to 3. He knows his baseball. Yes, sir. And we got 2 young guys that love baseball and do a baseball show. Try to find that. You know how hard that is? Usually you got to find people my age to talk about baseball. You got two young men that really love baseball. And, you know, I've been impressed with Alex because he's very well versed in the history too, which is very important because I think a lot of times some of our talk show hosts that I listen to throughout the country or whatever, you can tell that they didn't take the time to kind of learn a little bit more of the history of certain sports and things like that. And so I think that's really, really important that you do that because it gives you a bigger foundation and you win more people over that way because you win more generations over when you're understanding of the different generations and some of the things that went on. So Marlins playing against the Mets. This is the former Seattle kid, Taijuan Walker. He's got some skills, man. Panthers in action tonight, the PNC Arena. And as we told you, they made a big trade there. Well, I'm sorry. As GP Trap sent to me, and then I picked up on it after that, as our intrepid reporter GP Trap says, yo, Panthers. And Panthers made a big move. So let's see if they can take care of business tonight against the Hurricanes. Tonight, I'm going to wear my Panther shoes. Okay? I'm going to go home. I'm going to kick back and relax. Okay? And I'm going to put on my shoes for the game. I promise you I'm going to do that. Okay? Because, yes, last time on Tuesday. I came in with my Panther shoes. I showed them off and everything. Pretty comfortable, by the way. First time I wore them. And so I got home, and when I took off all my clothes and got on my hangout clothes in my house, I thought a little bit about it. Man, I took off my shoes, but I had to. But this time I'm not. This time I am going to make sure I'm going to wear my shoes, and I'm going to cheer on the boys, and hopefully Vinny Trocheck doesn't score squat today. Okay? That would be really, really nice. Let's see. Heat, by the way, against the Lakers. Now, we have something called the Round Table, and we do it every week here on the show. I mean, every day here on the show. And during the Round Table, we pose a question to all the hosts, and they've got to then answer that question. And then Alex, at the end of the day, puts together all the answers from Toast and Marsh, from Kai, from myself, from Dono. That way, fans can download the Round Table, and you can find it at OnSide Radio. If you search your podcast, subscribe to OnSide Radio. That's where we will put a lot of the station segments will be put there at OnSide Radio. And so every day the Round Table's there. Every day the E-Minute is there. Pretty soon we're going to add another element that is going to go there also. We're going to keep adding different elements to the station, and they will be put there at OnSide Radio. So subscribe. And so if you missed a Round Table and you want to hear what Alex Dono had to say about this, or you wanted to hear what Kai Chen Chisholm had to say about that, or Toast, you can now catch up and say, all right, let me hear what all the boys had to say about Tua's game this week. Let me hear what all the boys had to say about Jimmy Butler's struggles, or great win, or great coaching by Spo, or whatever we come up with. So today's roundtable question is it a must-win for the Miami Heat tonight versus the Lakers? Miami is hovering around the 500 mark. They're 6-15 versus teams with 500-plus records. What kind of team are we watching on the court right now? And I got to tell you something. Yes, I do think it's a must-win. Now, is it the end-all, be-all if you lose this game? Of course not. But I think you have to start taking care of business the way you're supposed to. Like you should have beaten Memphis the other night. And there's been too many of those games this year already that you should have won and you didn't. And then that puts you in a position where now you're going to have to start winning some of the games you probably aren't supposed to win. And that's really difficult. And, I was listening to Ira and Ethan obviously do Inside the Paint for the final time in 30 minutes, because now they'll do it for an hour every Monday, which we're very happy about that. And we welcome Palo Rack City as one of our proud sponsors. And so, the way I look at this is this. I was listening to the guys. They were talking about how, elite the defense is and all of that. But my problem is that that's not really going to win you a championship or get you deep into the playoffs if you don't have an offense. Because if you have an offense, you will get to put more pressure on their offense with your defense. But if you have no offense and then you're constantly killing yourself to play defense, do you know where you end up? You end up like the late 90s Miami Dolphins with Jay Fiedler. Okay? Jason Taylor, Zach Thomas, Tim Bowens, Pat Surtain, Sam Madison. They got to limit everybody to 14, 15, 16 points because Miami's offense struggles to get over 20. And if they do that, they got a shot to win. By the end of the year, defense is all worn out because the offense can't get it done. So, to me, if you don't fix the offense, I don't care how good your defense is. You don't have the offense to bail you out. And if you don't have the offense to bail you out, you're not going to make a deep run into the playoffs. And at this point in time, we can kind of say several of the young guys hit walls, did not get better. We could say that they've got a couple of guys that, Oladipo's not an efficient player, which hurts your offense. Goran Dragic, I was listening to Ethan, and he's right. No explosion from Goran. By the way, good thing is the team has a club option next year at $19.4 million. And, I wanted to look that up, before I got on the air because I know he signed a 2-year deal, but I swear to you, when I was looking it up, I was crossing my fingers that Miami could get out of that deal. And they got to get out of that deal. You got to look, Goran has been fantastic for this team. It just gets to a point where his body is worn out, and because he plays so hard, you know what I mean? So it causes real issues for him. And what we're seeing now is just a team that its imbalance is not that serious in the 90s. But now, in today's open game, in today's 3-lead game, oh, dude, it's over. It's over. And I get it. We kind of live with this fantasy from last year and what happened in the bubble, what happened in a moment in time where everything went well, and it seemed like the mix was just absolutely perfect. I forgot who it was. I think it was Donald. I had somebody on yesterday, and his guest said something about championship aspirations for the Heat. And I think I almost drove the car off the road and crashed into, I don't know, 8 or 9 semis or something like that. I'm like, at this point in time, the other thing I was listening to Ira and Ethan talk about this, well, how are they going to match up against the Nets? Again, I almost drove off the road. First of all, if you watch this team, you don't have the right or the privilege to talk about if you get to the Nets. Are you kidding me? You don't have the right or the privilege to talk about making a championship run. You're not good enough for either one of those. There's no proof whatsoever. And you're over 50 games into this thing. So to me, I think we're getting a little ahead of ourselves because of that big fat piece of cake we ate last year. And we think that the same ingredients are here and everything else. There's no bubble, okay? There's no moment in time, okay? Things went perfect for them at that time. Kids were a surprise to people. So Kendrick Nunn could shock you in that first couple months. And Duncan Robinson can shoot lights out. And Tyler Hero was doing some exceptional things. That's not happening. And Goran Dragic was extremely effective, and he's not. And now you've added Oladipo, who also hurts your, your efficiency. This is a completely different team. It doesn't have the elements, and it's not in the same situation it was last year. It's got to travel. It's got to deal with the road. It's got to deal with some fans. It sucked last year when it had to do that. So why would you think that now that this team is worse than last year's, you're going to meet the Nets in the finals of the Eastern Conference? You're going to have championship aspirations? Come on, man. Let's dial it back a little bit. Let's stay in reality, and let's wait till the Heat actually proves to you that they can be that kind of team. Because right now, they'll be lucky to even get out of the first round. That's where the Heat is right now, okay? Lucky to get out of the first round. And as far as I'm concerned, what I'm watching doesn't even get out of the second. So let's leave the Nets stuff on the side. Let's stop talking about championship aspirations because, quite frankly, that's a freaking dream. Back with more.
We'll be right back to the Big O Show. You can join us on the OnSide Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623.
She's kind of a big deal. Some people like to say it's only because of how she looks. She sticks her tongue out a lot. But there's just something about her that makes people do crazy things, like get tattoos of her face, or wait in line for hours just to say hi. Lil Bub is a 2-year-old cat, an Instagram celebrity with a following bigger than some 90s television stars. And it all started because she was adopted. You can't buy a best friend like Lil Bub, but you can adopt one. Help us save them all at bestfriends.org.
Riddle me this. With all this sizzling meat and crunchy veggies nestled between toasty flatbread, who should get credit for Papa John's new papadilla? The person who invented pizza or the person who invented folding. Well, whoever it is, a tip of the tongue hat to you, sir or madam. Get a new Papadia, 4 flavors, just $6 each. Better ingredients, better pizza, better than a sandwich. Papa John's.
Big O for M&S Air Conditioning. You know, air quality in your home and business is more important than ever. That's why you've got to call M&S Air Conditioning and let them install a high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit. Folks, it attracts, captures, and destroys biological contaminants to improve your air quality. With stellar customer service, answering your call from 7:30 a.m. till 9 o'clock p.m. For more info on high-efficiency air filters and their preventative maintenance plans, visit M&S Air Conditioning at ac-florida.com.
Every Thursday, NBA fans can catch one of the best basketball shows in the country when Ethan Skolnick and Ira Winderman host Inside the Paint. Listen to 2 of the most knowledgeable and connected reporters in the business. Get year-round insight every Thursday at 10:30 a.m. with Inside the Paint on the home for hardcore basketball fans. OnSideRadio.com.
Big news, Miami fans! Body Armor is proud to be the new official sports drink of Major League Soccer and Inter Miami CF. It doesn't matter if you're a player or a fan, Body Armor sports drink will hydrate you with potassium-packed electrolytes, antioxidants, and no artificial sweeteners, flavors, or dyes. Whether you're at home or in the starting lineup, Body Armor sports drink will hydrate you from kickoff to the final whistle. Body Armor, now the official sports drink of Inter Miami CF, available at your local Publix.
If you missed Man of the Match with Alex Dano, you missed.
And this happens in a lot of food polls, right? When I put out a food discussion and I claim that one thing is better than the other, the people who are the fans of the thing that I don't like as much will always say, oh, you've never had my abuelita's tres leches. Well, no crap. I don't know your grandma. She's never invited me. I hate that argument. It's like, oh, wait, you think tiramisu is better? You've never had my abuelita's homemade tres leches. Well, until she invites me over, bro, how am I supposed to try? You've clearly never been to Florence where they have great tiramisu, so don't give me your crap. You've never had my nonna's tiramisu.
Yeah, I haven't.
And you'll never have it. She's dead.
Oh, God.
You'll never have it.
I really wanted to.
You're SOL. She didn't save the recipe. It died with her.
Oh, no.
Man of the Match with Alex Dano on South Florida's home for sports talk. OnSideRadio.com.
All right, we're back. Short segment here before we bring on Anthony Chang at the bottom of the hour, and I want to talk to Anthony about what I just talked about now. Somebody, Don Parlamento, said another mass shooting, which I am looking it up here. I see Biden administration announces executive action on gun control. Oh, man. I mean, wow. I don't know what's going on. I got to look it up. I don't know if I see it, but if there is another mass shooting, it's just terrible, man. It's just crazy to see what's going on. What I really think we need is some really stiff laws. That's really what I would like. When you get a criminal, make sure the criminal doesn't get out anymore and, make them pay the price. That's really my problem with all of this. We never make the criminals pay the price. Here, former NFL player Philip Adams is suspected of killing 5, including a prominent doctor, his wife, and their 2 young grandchildren in South Carolina shooting. Adams was found dead of a self-inflicted gunshot wound after a standoff with police. This is what just came across the wire. Thank you, whoever sent that, South Florida Don. I appreciate you for sending it, and I hate to see it. My Lord, really? Man, this is just, there's got to be, you got to have some serious, I don't want to lose, I want my gun, but, I'm normal. That's the difference. You know, we got to do something about this, man. Wow. Yeah, I just saw it here. That is so sad. All right. Thank you, Don. I appreciate it. I wish you were wrong, to be honest with you. I wish you were, you saw something that happened 20 years ago and not now, but it just continues to happen. Golf is fun to play, especially when you're drunk. Yeah. Oh, you know what, Ragin? I'm with you, dude. I love playing golf. I love going out with the fellas and shooting it. I love walking the course and watching professionals play. I'm just not the TV guy. Are you, Alex, a TV guy to watch golf? Do you, be honest?
Not at all.
Okay.
I think I've never seen no more than probably 5 minutes of golf on
Right.
TV.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's understandable. I don't find it attractive on television. I find it boring as hell on television. I know it's an incredibly hard sport. I not that I play it, because what I do cannot be called play, because, I spray it all over the place. I'm out there to enjoy a beer and a cigar is what I'm out to do when I go to golf. But, it's just, I can't watch it, man. I find it boring as hell. I really do. I can watch on a Sunday the last hour, on a championship that they're in the final, they're in the 17th and 18 holes or something, you run into it. I can watch that right at the end. But you think I'm going to sit here on a Thursday and go home and sit there for a couple of hours and watch? Those of you can do it, God bless you, man. You got a hell of a lot more patience. And now that I think about it, that's what I should have done last night, Alex. I should have put on a golf match and I would have slept like a baby.
Try it out next time.
Yeah, no, that's I'm going to do that. In fact, I'm going to go home and record the Masters. And so if I need to sleep, I'll put on the Masters, and then that'll just put me to sleep. It's a beautiful thing. I like it. It's a great sport, but you got to be live. Television, unacceptable for me. Some of you, a lot of you probably watch it. I can't. I'm just not one of those guys. All right, let's take a quick break. Let's come back on the other side. Anthony Chang from the Miami Herald will join us. Let's talk a little Heat basketball. Let's get his thoughts on my thoughts on the Miami Heat. We do that next.
We'll be right back to the Big O Show. You can join us on the OnSide Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623.
There are those who dedicate themselves to a sense of honor, to a life of courage, and a commitment to something greater than themselves. They have always defended this nation and each other. They still do. The few, the proud, the Marines.
He was the heart of your family, and he taught you our history. He helped you fix your first flat. He was the best backyard DJ around, and every time he'd tell a story, he'd own the room. But now more than ever, he may feel alone. Today, older adults and their loved ones are struggling to connect, in a time when connection has never been more important. But there is something we can do. Embrace our older loved ones through StoryCorps Connect. With StoryCorps Connect, you can honor seniors remotely with an interview about their life. Every interview will be archived at the Library of Congress, becoming part of American history, so that years from now, future generations can listen in.
All right, Grandpa, what's one piece of advice you have for me?
Just 3 words, sweetheart. Live with courage. The man that had the best stories still has plenty of stories to tell. So connect virtually and share the conversation of a lifetime at StoryCorpsConnect.org/AARP. Connect, honor, share. StoryCorps Connect. A message from AARP, StoryCorps, and the Ad Council.
He has an overbite that makes him look like a cartoon character, a slightly crooked eye, and an uncommonly wrinkly neck. In the right light, he can look a little like a garden gnome, and he'll wear a bow tie just because. Sure, you might call him a little quirky, but that's exactly what makes him so perfect. Tuna is a 3-year-old Chihuahua Dachshund mix with more than 700,000 followers on Instagram, and it all started because he was adopted. You can't buy a best friend like Tuna, but you can adopt one. Help us save them all at bestfriends.org.
Enter Miami CF, your official furniture and mattress store, is here. City Furniture is your #1 home source for the trends you want at the prices you'll love. Including exclusive City Furniture collections, the widest selection of styles, affordable home accents, mattresses starting at just $99 and more. Create the home of your dreams fast with next-day delivery, plus get 60 months special financing with no down payment. Because City Furniture is here to make it easy so everyone can live life like this, visit cityfurniture.com.
Catch a South Florida staple every afternoon as Alex Dono hosts the Man of the Match. Dono covers everything from football to football to MMA. Tune in to one of the most complete sports shows in the country with Man of the Match with Alex Dono from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. every weekday, exclusively at OnSideRadio.com.
Riddle me this. With all this sizzling meat and crunchy veggies nestled between toasty flatbread, who should get credit for Papa John's new papadilla? The person who invented pizza or the person who invented folding? Well, whoever it is, a tip of the tongue hat to you, sir or madam. Get a new papadilla, 4 flavors, just $6 each. Better ingredients, better pizza, better than a sandwich. Papa John's.
Keeping you informed in the world of sports. With an OnSideRadio.com sports update.
The Miami Heat host the Los Angeles Lakers tonight. Tip-off is at 7:30 at the AAA. And the Florida Panthers have made a 5-player trade with the Chicago Blackhawks. The Panthers are trading Brett Connolly, Riley Stillman, rights to Henrik Borgstrom, and a 7th-round pick. And the Panthers are receiving Lucas Carlson and Lucas Walmart. The Panthers are back on the ice tonight against the Carolina Hurricanes. The puck drops at 7 p.m. Miami Marlins lost their 3rd straight and they got swept by the Cardinals 7-0 last night. The Fish are back at it now against the New York Mets to open a weekend series. Nick Neidert has a start for your Miami Marlins. Kevin Durant made a perfect return last night, going 5 for 5 from the field, scoring 17 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists in 19 minutes. And the Nets routed the Pelicans 139 to 111. This is South Florida's home for local sports talk. This is OnSideRadio.com.
What is dedication?
The thing that drives me every day as a dad is Dariana. We call him Day for short. Every day he's hungry for something, whether it's attention, affection, knowledge. And there's this huge responsibility in making sure that when he's no longer under my wing, that he's a good person. I think the advice I would give is you don't need to know all the answers. The craziest thing was believing that your dad knew everything. So as a dad, you felt like you had to know everything. You had to get everything right. It's okay to make mistakes. As long as it's coming from love, then, it kind of starts to work itself out. I want him to be able to sit back one day and go, we worked together, we did a good job.
That's dedication. Find out more at fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
If you missed Man of the Match with Alex Dono, you missed.
So Deshaun Watson has sat down with new Texans head coach David Culley. Did he have his teeth in for the interview, David? He's a little older.
Hold on, let me get my dentures in here, Deshaun. Deshaun, hey, just give me a second. We're eating this pineapple here. It's getting stuck in my dentures.
Was he watching Murder, She Wrote during the meeting?
Deshaun, it's getting a little late here. It's 7 o'clock. I got to go to bed soon, all right?
Deshaun, it's 4:30. I've got to go to the early bird special.
Deshaun, give me a second. I'm just taking my Metamucil here. If you just give me a second.
I've taken Metamucil before, actually. It works. I'm not even that old.
Man of the Match with Alex Dono, weekdays live on South Florida's home for sports talk, OnSideRadio.com.
All right, welcome back. Let's talk a little basketball, a little Miami Heat. Anthony Chang does an excellent job of covering the Miami Heat for the Miami Herald. You can follow him on Twitter like I and many other Heat fans do at Anthony_Chang. Also, if you're into Cuban coffee, he's also a guy you want to follow because he's an expert at Cuban coffee. Correct, Anthony?
Yeah, I like to think of myself as a Cuban coffee connoisseur. So yeah, that's a good way to put it.
There you go. Tune in. You can catch him, drinking a little coffee in Versalles, a little bit in Carreta. Then he goes to La Casita. And then he goes to Las Palmas. So he's all over the place. So catch him drinking coffee all throughout South Florida. So let me ask you something. When the hell is the Heat offense going to drink some caffeine, baby? Maybe a little Cuban coffee because that's like legal cocaine. And that might get that offense going, dude. What about that? Instead of Gatorade at the bench, they give him a little shot of Cuban coffee, bro. So Goran Dragic needs it. That's for damn sure.
They might as well try it, right? I mean, the offense has been a little struggled pretty much the entire season. I think the last I looked, they were like 24th or 25th in the league in offensive efficiency. And right now, you saw last game, they showed a little bit offensively in the past few games, trying to incorporate the new guys. It's going to be an adjustment period, especially when you're trying to incorporate Victor Oladipo, who's, a high-volume player. It's not like it's a secondary piece. Like, he's going to be a big part of the offense moving forward. So just adding him in there, there's going to be an adjustment period. But, yes, even before the new guys, this Heat offense has not been a strength this season, which has been surprising because it was so good last year. But the Heat offense has not been, I think what we all expected entering the season.
Anthony, we got a killer show on here with Ira and Ethan. They do it every week, and one of the things that they were talking about was Miami's, their defense is really, really good. But my problem with that statement is that in this basketball, it doesn't matter nearly as much as it did in the 90s. In this basketball, it's so wide open that you need to have an elite offense in order to compete. And yeah, of course you got to make some stops, but if your defense it requires you to try to keep somebody down close to the hundreds, that's going to be really difficult in this league to do that on a night in and night out basis anymore because of how widespread the offenses are and how you've got to reach that three-point line throughout the entire perimeter. To me, if Miami doesn't pick up the offense drastically, I don't know. I don't care what your defense is. It's not going to bail you out in today's basketball like maybe it did in the 90s when you're playing in the 90s.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't think you're wrong. I think there's a balance here. Like, you got to be above average in both, I would say. I think there's a stat that I don't know how many consecutive NBA champions have been in the top 10 in defense. So that's obviously important, and the Heat are in the top 10 in defense, and they've been in the top 10 in defense for most of the season. So they have that box checked. But I don't know if the last champion that's won when they're like 25th in offense. I mean, that's the issue. If they were even just average, even the 15th in the league in offensive efficiency, they'd have a much better record, obviously. They'd be much higher in their standings, and I think they'd have a better shot at playoff success. And I think the hope is, with these additions, they can get closer to that. Can they get to a league average, offensive efficiency? I know it's not really sexy, but that's really, with the way they're playing defense, that's really all they need to be, I think, a really elite team. So I think their hope is by injecting Victor and Nemanja into the mix, and even Trevor Ariza with his three-point shooting and what he gives you on that end at the stretch four spot, it could help take them to the next level offensively, because they just haven't found that success that formula that works so well last season, throughout the year, really, and then especially in the bubble.
Do we have too much dependence on last season? Do we keep – it was a different scenario. It was three different teams last year. The first 2 months, then the middle of the season, and then the bubble team. It was three different teams last year, and we keep referring to that, yet the elements are completely different. Tyler's not as good as he was last year. Duncan hasn't been as consistent. Now he's getting a little better now. Goran Dragic is completely lost at this point in time. You add Oladipo, and he's not efficient either. this is not even close to being the same kind of team it was last year. And it's almost like we're sitting here in the wishing well, hoping for everything to turn around when we're already 50-something games into this shortened season.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's a very good point. I think right now, especially, the team looks a lot different than it did last season. Beginning of the year, there were obviously some different parts in FJ, but the core was pretty much intact. And, that's the reference point we had last season. They have the personnel to be a good offensive team. We've seen it. They were a top 10 offense last year. They set a bunch of records in three-point shooting. They had one of the best three-point shooting percentages in the league.
Maybe that was an aberration. Maybe that was just a lucky run for them. Maybe that's not what because that's not what they were throughout the entire year either. So why we keep picking and choosing just the bubble team, thinking that that's the identity of this team, and maybe that was the aberration, not the identity.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Or you could say this year has been a little – I'm not saying it is, but you can make the argument this year's been a little bit of an outlier just because of all the absences and Jimmy missing all these games and injuries, and Goran hasn't been able to stay healthy, and different guys being in protocols, and just the uniqueness of this season. I mean, the drop-off is just so big, especially with the three-point shooting. To go from second in the league in that category to like one of the least efficient three-point shooting teams, and to have most of your shooters back still, it's hard to explain. I mean, you might be right. Maybe it was an aberration last year. Maybe this year they just, they're going to shoot really well for the next couple of weeks and make up for some of those struggles. I don't know, but it is really hard to explain when just, 6-8 months ago, that was their biggest offensive strength, and now they're among the league's least efficient teams in that area.
What can you because you do a great job of studying the game and the numbers and those kind of things. What have you noticed from team defenses that they're facing that's changing that number there from three-point line? Is it more about the defenses, or is it more that these players are not hitting the same shots they were hitting last year? What have you noticed when you look at that part of the game?
I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, I think definitely defenses are keyed in more on Miami shooters after what the Heat did last season, especially with the way you see teams guarding Duncan Robinson. Even Duncan and Bam have kind of vocalized that of how teams have defended that dribble handoff that was so effective last year between Bam and Duncan a lot better this year. So that's part of it. But I also think, I mean, you've seen it in these games where they're just missing a lot of open shots as well in some of these games. Like, they're getting open looks, and they're just not going down. Now, Duncan has started to shoot the ball a lot better over the past couple of weeks, and even Tyler as well started to shoot the ball better. So maybe that's, the numbers correcting itself a little bit, but it's a little bit of both. Defenses are playing it better and trying to take that shot away, or most of those shots away, but there are a lot of open shots that last year they would have made, and this year, they're just not going down at the same rate.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's the part that to me is just kind of baffling with this team. Follow him on Twitter, by the way, at Anthony_Chang. Anthony, is tonight a must-win? Because I start to think about this, and we're coming down the stretch, and if he keeps screwing up these games, then that's going to force you to beat some of the really good teams down the stretch, because, as you know, after this game, they take on Portland, Phoenix, and Denver. They could easily lose all three of those games. So how important is it? Because if you lose Memphis and you lose the Lakers, these are the games that you've got to pile on into the win column. And they've got to have some desperation set in, especially for these kind of games.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't want to say anything a must-win at this point, but it's a really important game. Just because, like you said, the schedule gets so much more challenging moving forward. You're facing a Lakers team that's missing LeBron, AD. Now Tatum Horton-Tucker suspended. Kyle Kuzma seems to be questionable tonight. So the Lakers are going to be missing some of their best players, and their two best players in AD and LeBron. And the Heat have they're fighting for playoff positioning. Like, they're in sixth place in the East right now, half a game behind 5 and 4, and then they're only really half a game away from a play-in spot. Like, they're half a game falling to 7, which if they're at 7 or 8 or 9 or 10, they're going to be in the play-in game where one game could decide your playoff fate. So, they want to obviously avoid falling below 6 because you don't want to be involved in that play-in tournament. But they're right there, and if they lose these games where I think they're favored by like 9.5 tonight, that they should be winning, it's going to come back to hurt them. at the end of the season.
Yeah, one of the things that I mentioned to you about must win, they're 6-15. We looked it up yesterday against teams with over 500 records.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an ugly mark, dude, at this point in time. And if you can't beat the good teams, then what are you going to do against, well, I know the Lakers are a really good team, but right now at the moment, they could be a under 500 type team that you're facing. You know what I'm saying? Because the two monsters are not there. So I'm just, what does that say about this team and its chance? Because I kind of, at this point, I almost laugh at anybody that thinks about Eastern Conference Finals and facing the Nets when they're going to have trouble to get out of the first round right now, the way they're playing, and they won't even get out of the second round if they're going to play like this. But you're 6-15 against plus 500 teams. What does that say about this team?
Yeah, no, they haven't really been able to beat a lot of good teams this season, obviously, and even during that winning streak a couple of weeks ago, before the losing streak, that winning streak was really built on beating teams you're supposed to beat. They had a soft spot in the schedule, and they took advantage. And then even this winning streak that just ended against Memphis, they beat the Pacers, they beat the Cavaliers, teams that are under 500. So the Knicks, Knicks have been good, but they're not one of the best teams in the league. So they're right around where the Heat are. So yeah, they've really loaded up against the losing teams in the NBA, and they really haven't had much success against the teams with the winning record, which is not a good indicator for the Heat and their potential chances for playoff success, like you said.
I'm with you there. All right, they Super Boom Shack on the chat board says best Cuban coffee is at Epicentro Cafe in Hialeah. You say what?
Ooh. I've never been. I got to try it. What is it called?
Epicentro Cafe in Hialeah.
I've got to try it. I think I make the best Cuban coffee in Miami, but if I have to rate the Cuban coffee that I've tried around this city, and I've tried a lot, I really like East Las Canarias a lot. On Coral Way and 137th. To me, that cafecito with their croquetas is that hits the spot every time.
That's actually close by my house right there. That La Canaria. That's where we go to get a couple of croquettes every once in a while. Croquetas, as they say.
Yeah, those are the best.
Yes, I'm with you there. Hey, what are you working on in the Miami Herald so folks can check you out, my friend?
No, just check MiamiHerald.com. We obviously have takeaways after every game that are pretty in depth and analysis. What happened in each game, and we'll be covering the road trip that starts this weekend. There'll be a lot of late nights, 10 o'clock. It's hard to, now that we're not traveling, it's hard to cover these West Coast trips from home. I'm doing Zoom interviews with my daughter sleeping in the room next door at 1 a.m. after a game, but yeah, it's definitely different than being there in person.
There's nothing like that reporter that he's covering Doc and the the Celtics, and where's the Doc at? I'm not Celtics, the Sixers, and so he Doc goes to him, wait a minute, are you in your bed? And he goes, yeah, Coach, I'm in bed.
I might be whispering on Zoom next week to ask my questions so I don't wake anybody up. That might be me. So we'll see.
That is awesome. That is a trip. Sports in 2020 and 2021 will never be the same, my brother. Anthony, as always, thank you for taking some time, my brother, and may the good Cuban coffee be yours.
Thanks, Bigo. Have a good one.
You got it. There you go. Anthony Chang. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come back on the other side. You know what time it is. We get ready for hour number 3. M&S Air Conditioning. Now's the time to call M&S Air Conditioning. Listen, spring is here. You know it starts getting hot. Then the summer comes in. It is sweltering. You know what you're going to do. You're going to push that knob a little farther to the left. Or if you have, that's the old school. If you got the new school, then you're going to be hitting that button down, 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 70 degrees, 69, 68. You're going to work that thing to death. Is it ready? This is why you want to call the folks at M&S Air Conditioning, and you want to maybe get a a high-efficiency polarized air filter, or you can get a preventative maintenance plan right now so they can go check your AC, clean the coil. How about this? Clean the air ducts. If you haven't cleaned those air ducts in a while, do you know all the stuff that piles up in there? You're breathing it. Your family's breathing it. Your employees are breathing it. Clean those air ducts. And folks, when I tell you about the high-efficiency polarized air filter, that starts to eliminate all the biological contaminants that are in the air. And we're not just talking COVID, colds, anything else. So that way everybody's healthier in your house. Everybody's breathing cleaner air. And in your workplace, you want your employees to be safer. You want your employees not to miss work with a cold. Get a high-efficiency polarized air filter by calling the folks at M&S Air Conditioning. Please tell them that Big O sent you. Trust me, Mike and Greg do a great job. 954-421-3680. That's 954-421-3680. Go to the website, ac-florida.com.
We'll be right back to the Big O Show. You can join us on the OnSide Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623.
For over 20 years, Mr. Glass has been committed to the safety and satisfaction of our clients. Our products are the culmination of innovative engineering, aesthetic appeal, and the highest levels of quality. Through our legacy, Mr. Glass strives to impart the true meaning of quality, service, and sustainability to new generations. Reputation, experience, and trust is why clients choose Mr. Glass. Live the future now. Locate a dealer near you today.
If you missed NBA insider Ira Winderman and the Acura of Pembroke Pines Miami Heat report, you missed this.
He predicted, he said the Heat are going to win the East. Do you think people need to control their expectations a little bit?
Yeah, when I saw Jalen say that, I'm like, okay, so Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, Victor Oladipo, God bless Pat Riley, or James Harden, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, plus now Blake Griffin and LaMarcus Aldridge and a nice supporting cast. I mean, don't kid yourself. To me, the Nets are ahead of everyone.
The Acura of Pembroke Pines Miami Heat report with NBA insider Ira Winderman, exclusively at OnSideRadio.com.
At Baptist Health, we are ready
to serve, to treat,
to safely proceed with your procedure.
We're ready for ER visits and office visits
with skilled surgeons,
advanced medicine,
and multidisciplinary teams. We're ready for new arrivals
and new recoveries.
We are ready.
We're ready to diagnose, treat, and manage
anything that comes our way
with exceptional care and comfort.
With the same preparedness and compassion you've come to expect from Baptist Health.
And we are ready.
We're ready.
We're ready
to care for you.
Inter Miami CF, your official furniture and mattress store, is here. City Furniture is your #1 home source for the trends you want at the prices you'll love, including exclusive City Furniture collections, the widest selection of styles, affordable home accents, mattresses starting at just $99 and more. Create the home of your dreams fast with next-day delivery, plus get 60 months special financing with no down payment. Because City Furniture is here to make it easy so everyone can live life like this, visit cityfurniture.com.
Can I get a captain?
Captain and what?
Captain and ginger.
I can't hear you.
Captain and ginger.
He was a captain and ginger. Captain and ginger. He was a captain and ginger.
Captain Morgan, official partner of Major League Soccer.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
You're listening to OnSideRadio.com. Catch up anytime by downloading the MyTuner Radio app. OnSideRadio.com, South Florida's true hometown station.
welcome back. Big O with you. We take it till 3. Alex Dono will take over at that point. Alex Aguirre driving the program. Yes, sir. And we, of course, you can reach out to us. Very simple at 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. So, basically, I think in that Tiger Woods story, he's speeding. I guess they don't want to, kind of just come clean. Hey, Tiger was completely irresponsible and he probably sucks at driving. I've come to this conclusion. The only driver that Tiger should have is his club. That's it, bro. That's it. All right? He needs to be limoed around everywhere he goes. All right? Whether it's Elin Nordegren making him crash his SUV and then he ends up getting his teeth busted, or he had the other one, inebriated, we'd all crash. And then now this one. It's simple, okay? He has no luck in cars as the driver. He needs to be a passenger in the back seat. Do whatever you want back there in the back seat, dude. Have some fun. Have a professional drive you everywhere. You're Tiger freaking Woods, bro. Okay? Nothing wrong with having somebody chauffeur you around when you got that kind of money. Okay? Gives you plenty of time to work the phones, internet, whatever you need. Get some work done while you're back there and let somebody drive. And that's it, dude. I love how the celebrities get all the breaks, right? That they get to, the cops aren't like going out with the full report and just saying, look, this is what happened, Why? Because it's Tiger Woods. If it was one of us, oh, yes, reckless endangerment. We would have been cited for a couple of other things because, it is what it is. But Tiger, he got all messed up, poor guy. He's got to recover, so they're going to give him a break and not also add the embarrassment that, hey, Tiger got all messed up. And the reason is because he sucks at driving and he's irresponsible. That's it. I just found it hilarious. Oh, man. I love my 305 Planet teams and community. Okay. All right. Let's see. What else do we have here? Awesome listening to the show, the host, the chat board. It makes it even more easier to get through the day and nostalgia. OnSide, me mantiene en company. Okay. I like it. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. If I ever run into the Epicentro Cafe in Hialeah, I'm going to stop there one day. I can guarantee you that. I will stop there one day to check it out. Are you a Cuban coffee guy? Because I'm not a regular coffee guy.
Sometimes.
I drink Cuban coffee very rare. It's usually with a cigar. But, if somebody tells me something like this, I might one day stop there if I'm somewhere in that area and have a little fun and try it. Why not? All right, we got 2 hours down. Let's get ready for hour number 3. Alex Aguirre driving the show. We answer your questions. You want to get in on the text line, 844-416-8123. You can reach out to us on YouTube there on the chat board. Let's get ready for hour number 3. Hour number 3, I got a bunch of things that I want to talk about. There's a couple of developments in the Watson case. Jimmy Butler is in the news, and I'll tell you why, which is kind of interesting. Memorabilia is also in the news. We got to talk a little football also. A basketball player does something really nice. There's a bunch of things that we want to talk about. We do that next right here, hour number 3 on the OnSide Zone.
We'll be right back to the Big O Show. You can join us on the OnSide Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. OnSide Radio. No station in South Florida provides more live and local sports talk. Follow us on social media at OnSide Radio.
Hey, It's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDConstruction.com.
OnSideRadio.com knows gamers need a home.
Can you dig it?
That's why for the next 60 seconds,
Can you count, suckers?
here's your OnSide Radio E-Report with Toast.
Congratulations are in order for Rachel Hofstetter and Jack Dunlop as they received ownership stakes in the esports team 100 Thieves. Better known as Valkyrie and Courage in the streaming world, the two have spent the last few years as content creators for the group and are now being rewarded with equity. The announcement is significant as there are not many female owners in the esports world. Elsewhere, the news was embraced by those who wanted to use it to bring back up the fallen relationship between 100 Thieves co-founder Nadeshot and his once best friend Nick Merckx. Folks joked that they finally got around to giving out Nick's ownership share, just not to Nick. Happy gaming.
Stay in touch in the world of gaming with the OnSide Radio E-Report.
Now streaming online.
OnSide Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan. Time to get in the zone. The OnSide Zone.
Well, and look, man, I don't care if you're my wife. If I don't agree with you, I'm going to say it. You know what I mean?
The OnSide Zone.
He's a liar. And there's nothing new about that. He's full of crap. If you're believing that, I got a bridge in the Keys. It's the one on the right side. Just want you to know, when you're going south, you'll see the smaller bridge on the right. I've got that one for sale if you're interested.
You can join us on the OnSide Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623.
That's the one boy band that I will say, dude, I'll stand up for Boys to Men every day of the week and twice on Sundays. Love those guys.
You can join us on the OnSide Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. You can connect with us at OnSideRadio.com by sending us a text at 844-416-8123. The OnSide Zone with a big O.
All right. All right, we're back. Hour number 3 on the air. Got a bunch of things to talk about. By the way, nice job by the University of Miami baseball team. They beat FIU. You know, I was really quickly, I don't want to get too much into college baseball or anything like that, because I know that that's not something that's going to drive a lot of interest. But I just wanted to talk about just a very interesting dynamic. And, you know, I know you're young, Alex, but are you too young to know who Danny Price is?
The name does ring a bell, but I'm not going to say I know the name.
He was the FIU baseball coach when FIU was actually good.
When were they good? Because I covered them when they won Conference USA. I think it was 2015. They were the 8th seed and they won the whole tournament, and that's how they got their bid to the NCAA tournament.
I believe it was right before that he left, Danny Price or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But he was there for a long time, and dude, they got to the College Baseball World Series.
Mm-hmm.
They did a lot of things.
I'm looking him up now. Wow.
Yeah. What were the records then? You see what I'm talking about?
Let me see now.
And so I was just thinking about this for FIU, because it's just a little side note. It's a real shame that a program like that has such a great alumni base, okay, because my wife and my daughter are part of it. Well, my daughter's not completed yet, but, you know, obviously she hopefully will, of course. But we all know that FIU and FAU dominate. I mean, they've got the bigger alumni bases than the University of Miami. I mean, it's not even close, okay? Because most of us can afford to send our kids there, right? So, but I keep thinking about this. Man, FIU used to be really good in baseball.
His record's really good. Wow.
You didn't know this?
Danny Price, 1,033 wins, 604 losses with FIU from 1980 all the way to 2007.
I told you it was a little bit before you left.
Yeah.
Okay, before you got there.
Way before. Yeah.
Yeah, and then if you look at Cindy Russo.
That's the women's basketball coach, right?
Yes. She's not there either, right?
No. She retired, I think, when I was a sophomore at FIU.
She was a goddess at bringing European players from everywhere, dude. She wasn't recruiting anybody in Miami or Homestead or Hollywood or Palm Beach. No. She was recruiting people that were in Lithuania. Okay, they were in Brazil. They were, Germany. It was just like, it was one of those things. Nobody had more European players than FIU, but the women's basketball was actually good for FIU. It's weird how a university with incredible resources gets it so wrong. Isn't Pete still there? Right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I answered the question.
There you go. Yeah.
It's just, it's just weird, bro. I saw, when I saw that UM kicked their ass yesterday 8-3 and they won again, and I go, man, the FIU baseball program used to be so good. Not that I'm rooting for FIU over UM or anything, but I do root for FIU. I do root for FAU because they're local, okay? And it was really cool when FIU was really good, and those two, and then UM and FIU would go at it because they had a lot of really good local players. Now, those two would recruit locally. Cindy Russo was not recruiting anybody locally. But it just it's weird how that program, the athletic program, has suffered setbacks, because of certain sports, and that's because they don't have the same legendary people that were taking care of it. Russo was a badass, and obviously Danny Price was a badass, and they're both alive, right? I hope they're both alive. I hope they're doing well and enjoying retirement because I don't know what they're doing, but they were impressive. That's what went through my mind yesterday when UM beat FIU. I was like, all right, not surprised that UM beat them. They're a 20th ranked team. They're much better than FIU. But what the F happened to the FIU baseball program? And then I started thinking, in the women's basketball program, also mediocre compared to what it used to be. Pretty.
The women's program had a huge scandal with the new coach. Like a sex scandal when I was there, and yeah, he was promising his players like money for their tuition, stuff like that, if they went out with him and did stuff with him. So it was pretty nasty. It was ugly stuff. So yeah, that's the direction of the women's program.
Okay, all right. Oh, okay. They're telling me Dono's painting. He said he's. Oh God! All right, I'll talk to Dono in a minute. That's funny. I got something from the club. Anyway, so bunch of things to talk about here today in this final hour. There's all kinds of things in the Watson case. First of all right, I don't. Listen. I'm not making light of the situation. I want you to know this, Alex. I want everybody to know this, okay? I just, I try to add a little levity to the show on everything that's going on, right? So Deshaun Watson, you read about this. Everybody knows Nike dropped him yesterday, right? Reliant Energy, who's the stadium sponsor, also dropped him. Beats by Dre also dropped him. HEB ended their relationship. So far, do you know that there's only 2 sponsors left for him? Rolex and Lefty's famous cheesesteak sandwiches. Okay, so wait a minute. What's Lefty out to? Does Lefty know what's going on? Are you sure? Because Lefty's famous cheesesteaks are staying there. I mean, out of all the sponsors, that one stood out to me. Lefty's famous cheesesteaks. They're the only one. They're, along with Rolex, are hanging on to Deshaun Watson. I just found that to be weird. You would figure a small company like that, or I don't know, maybe they're not that small if they got that. Because I've never heard of Lefty's famous cheesesteaks. That's got to be something that's there in Houston. But it's kind of interesting that they haven't dropped him yet. And you would figure a small company may have more to lose than, a big company might be able to overcome some of this stuff. Now, do you see the other massage therapist that came out in defense of Deshaun Watson in a way, but then also to kind of take a shot also? Well, Jasmine Brooks, right? Somehow the lawyer obtained text messages that masseuse Jasmine Brooks sent to a friend on why she stopped working with Deshaun Watson. In the text message, Jasmine Brooks said, as it reads as follows, I told you I stopped working with Deshaun because I was hearing too much stuff about him messing with other people. He's been doing a lot in the last 3 or 4 months. I even told his ass he needed to be careful because his name is getting around. I just hope don't nobody call me to question me. So Brooks was taken to social media to say that the texts were completely taken out of context by the lawyer and that she has no idea how they were obtained. She said, hey guys, I'm sure many of you are aware of the recent news regarding Deshaun Watson, an athlete I formerly worked with and may have heard my name mentioned in evidence manipulated to use against him. The following post serves as my statement regarding the allegations and misinformation that have been circulating around the media. The message thread is a conversation between myself and one of my closest friends. I simply shared that I had already stopped working with Deshaun for reasons unrelated to current pending cases, and that the last few months I've been hearing various things from other therapists who had also worked with him numerous times. However, none of those reasons included any of these accusations he's facing now, as I had no knowledge of any of those allegations prior to the news break. I do not know any of the victims personally, nor was the correspondence a shared conversation between a victim and myself. I am unsure how the text to a friend got taken out of context, sent around and used for this situation. Busby is playing a very dirty game and manipulating words to work in the favor of his clients. This deceptive use of my unrelated conversation does not change the fact that I haven't had a bad experience with Deshaun Watson. In my 3 years of working with him, he has always been professional. My reasons for ending our professional relationship were simply due to my personal preference of not liking to work behind other therapists, as many of us don't. Additionally, I have other work and clients that took priority over my shared treatments of Watson and thought it was best that other therapists take over. As far as the esthetician, there was an esthetician in September that posted Watson's phone number on her public Instagram page. I don't even know if I read that right. My warning to Deshaun was that he needs to be more careful with whom he works with because he doesn't know everybody's intentions, and some people will use his name for publicity just as they are now. So there you go. There's a little something there, and that's a therapist that has worked with him for a few years. So this is why we keep saying, well, it looks ugly and there's 22 women. There needs to be proof. There has to be something that proves that something happened to some of those women. Unfortunately, there's got to be some video. There's got to be some photographs. There's got to be some text messages that are incriminating. If you don't have that, I don't know how far this case gets. That's what I see. You know what I mean? At least on a what's it called, on a felony or on a criminal level. Let's put it that way. Not the civil level, the criminal level. And that's where we're going to run into. That's why we got to hear all the evidence, see if Busby has any evidence. And again, listen, I'm not a Busby guy. I haven't been a Busby guy from day one. I hate that we have to deal with this crap. Okay? This guy. I wish it was Gloria Allred. I wish that we had somebody that was acting professional and not like a circus clown. Because to me, that's what Busby is. He's one of these guys that wants a lot of the attention and gratification when this is a kind of case that needs to be handled very, very gently, very respectful. Because if these women have been assaulted, this needs to be presented in a professional manner, not in a manner of, some ambulance chasing dude. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say we gotta wait for all the info to come out, and we'll see if it clears him or it ends up burying him. We'll find out. All right, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623 if you want to get in on the program. You can also reach out to us on Twitter. That's at Big O Show. Follow us there as always, because that is a 24-hour talk show. Let me tell you a little bit about EJD Construction. Folks, look, summer's rolling around. We've been hanging out in the house. Well, now if you want to improve that backyard, you want to do more things, from building a hut to a kitchen to a wall to watch movies. A lot of people are doing that now because a lot of people are hanging out in their houses. Maybe your family is growing. Maybe a family has moved in with you, consolidated because of some of the issues going on. Hey, listen, whatever it is, you need to build an addition. You got to modernize that kitchen. Maybe you also want to, build up that man cave. Yes. Call EJD Construction, 305-433-4843. For the last 16 years, AAA rating from the Better Business Bureau and from Angie's List. Tell them that Big O sent you. Eric will answer the phone. That's the owner, and that's his cell phone number, 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
We'll be right back to the Big O Show. You can join us on the OnSide Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623.
Big news, Miami fans! Body Armor is proud to be the new official sports drink of Major League Soccer and Inter Miami CF. It doesn't matter if you're a player or a fan, Body Armor sports drink will hydrate you with potassium-packed electrolytes, antioxidants, and no artificial sweeteners, flavors, or dyes. Whether you're at home or in the starting lineup, Body Armor sports drink will hydrate you from kickoff to the final whistle. Body Armor, now the official sports drink of Inter Miami CF, available at your local Publix.
If you missed 4th and 20 with Toast and Marsh, you missed.
And the top trait they're looking for in a partner is someone that can cook better than them.
Wow.
Yeah. How are you at cooking?
I'm okay. I cook all my stuff.
What's your best dish? If I had to say, Marsh, this you're gonna eat in tonight with a girl. All right.
Well, if I'm cooking for a girl, then I'm not cooking.
4th and 20 with Toast and Marsh, weekday mornings from 8 to 10.
Hello, Inter Miami CF fans. Download the Drink AR app and play inside a first-of-its-kind virtual soccer stadium, hosted by Bodega Trevento and Inter Miami CF, and celebrate your passion for soccer from the comfort of your own home. Find the download links on our Instagram account at Treventus and get our wines delivered straight to your home with a discount for all Inter Miami CF fans. Discover Trevento, a shared passion.
Hey, it's Big O. Air quality in your home or business is so important now, folks. That's why you've got to call M&S Air Conditioning. Let them install high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit that attracts, captures, and destroys biological contaminants to improve your air quality. M&S is always on call from 7:30 a.m. till 9 o'clock p.m. and, of course, emergency Sundays. Call for more info on high-efficiency air filters and their preventative maintenance plans. Visit M&S Air Conditioning at ac-florida.com.
You can now watch OnSide Radio daily by subscribing to our YouTube and Twitch channels. Search OnSide Radio. Log on, subscribe, rate, and review OnSide Radio on YouTube and Twitch. Watch Toast get frustrated with Marsh. OnSideRadio.com. South Florida's home for real sports talk. You can connect with us at OnSideRadio.com by sending us a text at 844-416-8123. Save it on your cell phone, 844-416-8123. No better place to send your comments, ask questions, win prizes. OnSideRadio.com, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan.
What was it? Willie says, man, oh man, glad as heck Miami didn't deal for Watson. in a way, those of you out there, you know that I wasn't for the trade of Watson, not because he's not great. He's a fantastic player, but I didn't want to see the Dolphins give up 4,000 picks and players for the one guy, and then you kind of lost everything that you gained in the process. So I wasn't a fan. I'm a huge fan of this. Anybody that has followed this process with me on the podcast and then leading into OnSide Radio now, I was giddy the first year when they tore it all down and sold everybody. I freaking love this. I love building a team from scratch and adding the pieces that if you know how to draft and you know how to develop, which so far that's what we're watching from, the front office of the Dolphins and the coaching staff. They know how to draft, they know how to develop. So if you know how to do that, and then you can power your way through gaining all these draft picks, then you're going to build a hell of a team, and you're going to give your team a chance to win even early on. Because I think now you're going to see a pretty good Dolphins team this year, and I think you could see a Super Bowl caliber team the following year. In fact, I think they'll win it the following year and win it inside, Tua's rookie contract. But that's the beauty of all of this. And he continues to pile on first-round picks down the line, which is and next year he might do it with X. Okay? Another year where X tears it up and all that, and he's had several knee surgeries and all that stuff. Next year he might trade X for another first-rounder or two, and then he keeps piling it on because if Noah makes another step forward, remember, okay, let me go back now to Tua. If I tell you that Tua didn't have an offseason, neither did Noah. Now Noah is going to be in the facility, working on his body, working on his technique, and he's going to have all offseason now, and mini camps and training camp and the preseason to fine-tune his skills too. So if Noah, by the end of the year, looks really good, I could see Miami then trading X the following offseason and getting picks again and piling on because Noah's ready to step in. And then again, the cycle continues. This is, I keep trying to tell a lot of folks that you just got to have patience. In a way, sometimes I tell people in the crypto market when they're playing it, hey, Engine Coin, which is blowing up now, it was consolidating for a while. Cardano has been consolidating in the 120 area for a couple weeks now, and I keep telling everybody, now's the time, keep buying, because that thing's going to shoot up to $2 or $3. So you're going to be happy that you got in at least at 120. I got in the 90s, okay, and low $1, and then I have bought some at 115 and 120 myself. Why? Because I have plenty of confidence that it's going to skyrocket. It's going to take off. It's going to be to $3 to $5 easy by the end of the year. I think it'll be more to $5. To be honest, maybe even 10. I think it might blow up to. But that's just me. But again, while it's consolidating and it has its ups and downs, people will panic and they'll sell out. And it's like, no, you got to just stand your ground. Yesterday in the dip that I told you guys, I went and got Crypto.com coin. Okay? I went in because it went under $20 and went to 20 cents and went to 18. I loaded up on that, and then I loaded up a little bit on Ethereum and on Bitcoin. Why? Because again, I knew the dip came. Let's load up because it's going to shoot back over again. And now Ethereum's back over 2,000 again, and Bitcoin is going up again because I know that that's the direction it's going in. You've got to be able to know when to hold them, when to fold them, all that kind of stuff. And I think that he's been able to do that and create, in building this, he's doing the right things by creating more opportunities for the team down the line, keeping them young, trying to keep, again, you paying X all that money and you're paying Byron Jones all that money. You want a little more flexibility because you're going to have to pay Tua down the line, you probably got to trade X. Okay? Because you don't want to keep X along with Byron Jones, along with Tua, and then all of a sudden, there's going to be some other players. Okay? Van Ginkel in a couple years you're going to have to pay if he keeps playing like this. There's a cycle. So you have to be smart, and you have to try to keep getting picks down the line and then getting off the gravy train on certain players, as painful as it may be. But if you know how to draft, you'll replace him. The guy that drafted X is the guy that drafted Noah and also drafted Bobby McCain to play the slot. Forget about safety. He's just doing that because he's a stud. He's a great dude, and he's a tough dude, and he's not even supposed to be out there at that position, but yet he's doing it for the team. I mean, I got nothing but love and respect for Bobby McCain, man, big time. So that's kind of what this process is all about. So you have to be open to it, and you have to understand the way this process works. And that's what I love about the guys that have taken over. They get this game. They get how to build a team. That's the key. And that's why I think the Dolphins are going to have a lot of success, down the line. All right, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623 if you want to get in. Let's see, what else do we have here? Crypto, bro. That's right. Yeah, we haven't heard the drop. Alex he's dropping the ball. Because when we use a crypto analogy, we're supposed to hear the drop. The infamous drop. Where's the infamous drop there, Alex?
Crypto, bro.
There you go. That's it. Rosendo, Tua just needs to take care of business, ignore the haters, and prove he's the best. I enjoy all the haters because Tua needs a motivator. He needs to prove himself that he proved that he was a wise selection. He'll be fine. I think Tua, of course, he's going to get a little motivated by it, but I think Tua is so professional that he demands more from himself, more than you, me, any coach, anybody. He grew up that way. You could tell, dude, he's an old school kid because that's how they raised him, And I hate to, stereotype, but these Polynesians are usually, their work ethic is pretty damn good, dude. You know what I mean? They're usually really good people. They're usually really family-oriented people. Look, nobody's perfect. No group of individuals are perfect. But a lot of the Polynesians you get from that part of the world, and when they come to football, a lot of them are incredibly hard workers. They're great human beings. They're good teammates and players and stuff like that. So it's cool to see. And I think that Tua's one of those guys that they probably brought him up old school style there in Hawaii. And to him, this is something that is more of a challenge to him personally than anything you could demand on the periphery. At least I truly believe that. Let's see, what else do we have? Did you see the Babe Ruth card? Were you the one that bought the Babe Ruth card there, Alex?
No chance.
No?
No chance.
I'm sorry, not the Babe Ruth card. Letters to his mistress. I said card because you're so used to it. Babe Ruth had handwritten letters to his mistress. They sold for $201,000 at an auction.
Well, what are you going to do with that? What's the point? I'd rather have like a baseball bat or a glove or a hat or something like that.
I am so with you, dude.
What's the point of having that?
What the hell do I want that, right? And he wrote this he wrote this over 100 years ago now. So an undisclosed buyer dropped $200,000 on a letter at SCP Auctions, which was discovered years ago in the scrapbook of Neil Wilson, Ruth's alleged woman on the side. Ruth wrote, Dear Nell, very sorry, but my wife jumped over on me without me knowing it. This is the first time she ever did that. She is watching me, so don't get mad. I will see you Monday night. And then he continued, the club is watching, so the only way I will be able to see you at all is for you to stop in at the Aldine Hotel, and I can see you, babe. There you go. So Ruth married a 19-year-old in 1914, tying the knot with Helen Wolford, a waitress he met at a Boston coffee shop during his rookie season with the Red Sox. So you missed out, dude. You could have had the letters to his mistress. You
Definitely missing out for sure.
Yeah, you dropped the ball on that one, dude. You dropped the ball on that one. I mean, really, seriously, I want a bat from the Babe. That's what you want. I want the bat where he pointed and made his mark. That's that.
The shot, yeah.
The shot.
Mm-hmm.
When he called the shot, that's the bat I want right there. Right? That would be the best bat right there. You could get the one that he hit 714 home runs. Right? It was right. He hit 714, right?
Yeah.
It was
Hank Aaron.
715 was Hank Aaron.
Right.
Right. And then the juicer went to 755 or something like that.
Something
right?
like that, 756, 57, something like that,
God,
yeah.
I hate that he has the record. In fact, I don't look at him with the record. I still think it's Hank Aaron is the record, and the single season still goes to me to Lou Gehrig.
Lou Gehrig?
Is it Lou Gehrig?
No, Hank Aaron.
Hank Aaron, yes. Single season, right?
No, single season, I think it's...
No, it is Lou Gehrig, isn't it? Who was it single season? Now it's so old now that I forgot.
So Maris broke the record. Well, and then McGuire broke Maris's record.
No. I don't want McGuire. I don't want Sosa. I don't want Bonds. I don't want A-Rod. Who's the original single season one?
Let me check.
Isn't it 61 and 62? Wasn't
61 was Maris, but then that was broken by McGuire in the late 90s, I believe.
No. I don't want the juicers. I'm talking about the other people. I forgot now. Now I'm all confused. It's one of those. I forgot. But I know that it's somewhere around there. Something like that. You got it now for me?
Yeah. Okay, well, the top 6 positions are all juicers.
Maris, that's
Roger
it.
Maris, yeah,
That's
61.
It. That's it.
And then Babe Ruth, and then Giancarlo Stanton.
That's it. Oh, yeah, Stanton hit, 55 or something? What was it?
Oh,
no, he might
59.
59, yeah. I was thinking he got a little closer than that to 60.
Bonds, McGuire, and Sosa hold the top 6 spots.
So Jimmy Butler is in the news. You know who Jimmy Butler's been going out with?
Selena Gomez?
That's right.
Right, yeah.
Well, guess what? They're no longer a thing. Butler and the singer they were dating back in November, but there was really no evidence suggesting that they were ever an actual item because, as far as we know, they were never pictured together. So last month, Selena shot down the rumors of a romance after she insisted she was single. Now it appears things between them are definitely over, and to add insult to injury, she completely ghosted Butler. Selena Gomez, her fling with Jimmy Butler is over. That's ended. She ghosted him, actually. She's now dating a well-known rapper. Okay? Now, I don't know who the well-known rapper is, but apparently Selena just decided not to return his messages, so Jimmy Butler can do no wrong. And so, unfortunately, he is no longer going out with Selena Gomez. So he got ghosted by Selena Gomez. She's cute, I got to say. I give her credit. She is a cute girl. Jimmy Butler's got good taste. But I guess he couldn't hang on to Selena Gomez. How about that? And by the way, did you see that Kristaps Porzingis has now a wrist injury? Is that like... He is the modern day Sam Bowie. That guy's always injured. Now he's going to try to play through the wrist injury and all that.
That's a great comparison.
I mean, he's always injured, dude.
It's true. Big guys like that, there's I get it. They look like Goliaths type of people, but they're really fragile at the same time. People that tall and they moving that quick and that fast.
Did he get that wrist injury on that dunk the other day?
I have no idea. I have no idea how he got hurt with that wrist injury, but I'm not surprised that he's hurt again because he can never stay on the court.
He never does. Although he's still playing, he says he's gonna play through it. We'll see how long that lasts. By the way, Donald says Selena Gomez is dead to me. How dare she disrespect Jimmy? That is good. That is good. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come back on the other side if you want to get in. 888-441-4623. The text line, 844-416-8123. Alex Aguirre driving the program. Alex Dono coming your way at the top of the hour. Back with more right here on OnSideRadio.com.
We'll be right back to the Big O Show. You can join us on the OnSide Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. Every Thursday, NBA fans can catch one of the best basketball shows in the country when Ethan Skolnick and Ira Winderman host Inside the Paint. Listen to two of the most knowledgeable and connected reporters in the business. Get year-round insight every Thursday at 10:30 a.m. with Inside the Paint on the home for hardcore basketball fans. OnSideRadio.com.
ADHD. It's the child who can't pay attention or sit still in school, right? The answer may be yes. Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, or ADHD, can be complicated and it can last a lifetime. Living with a condition can sometimes be a challenge. It may take years to accept a formal diagnosis, and it's not always easy to find the right treatment plan. Did you know that up to 75% of children and adolescents with ADHD have at least one additional mental health condition that also requires a comprehensive approach to treatment? ADHD guidelines were recently updated to reflect the need to screen for associated disorders. Be sure to talk with your child's doctor about proper screening and visit more2adhd.com for additional information. That's more2adhd.com. This message has been brought to you in partnership with ADA, ACO, and CHAD.
Big news, Miami fans! Body Armor is proud to be the new official sports drink of Major League Soccer and Inter Miami CF. It doesn't matter if you're a player or a fan, Body Armor sports drink will hydrate you with potassium-packed electrolytes, antioxidants, and no artificial sweeteners, flavors, or dyes. Whether you're at home or in the starting lineup, Body Armor sports drink will hydrate you from kickoff to the final whistle. Body Armor, now the official sports drink of Inter Miami CF, available at your local Publix.
Inter Miami CF, your official furniture and mattress store, is here. City Furniture is your #1 home source for the trends you want at the prices you'll love, including exclusive City Furniture collections, the widest selection of styles, affordable home accents, mattresses starting at just $99 and more. Create the home of your dreams fast with next-day delivery, plus get 60 months special financing with no down payment. Because City Furniture is here to make it easy so everyone can live life like this, visit cityfurniture.com.
If you missed 4th and 20 with Toast and Marsh, you missed.
The things that men will do to their junk blows me away.
It's
like
idiotic.
People will, Prince Albert's just...
I don't know it.
Prince Albert? You don't know what a Prince Albert is? Prince Albert is when you have them pierce your manhood through like the, like a giant steel rod. On that note.
4th and 20 with Toast and Marsh, weekday mornings from 8 to 10.
With Make-A-Wish, the impossible becomes possible. A girl battling cancer can become a race car driver battling the course. The boy showing all the nurses his fire trucks can take the helm of a real one. Wishes can give kids with critical illnesses the strength to keep fighting, get better, and grow up.
Where there's a wish, there's a way.
Wishes need you. Visit Make-A-Wish at wish.org.
Keeping you informed in the world of sports. With an OnSideRadio.com sports update.
The Florida Panthers have made a 5-player trade with the Chicago Blackhawks. The Panthers are sending Brett Connolly, Riley Stillman, rights to Henrik Borgstrom, and a 7th-round pick to Chicago. And the Panthers are receiving Lucas Carlson and Lucas Walmart. The Panthers are back on the ice tonight against the Carolina Hurricanes. Puck drops at 7 p.m. And the Miami Heat host the LA Lakers tonight. Tip-off is at the AAA at 7:30 p.m. And the Miami Marlins lost Game 3 of the 3-game series against St. Louis, getting swept 7-0. The Fish open a weekend series with the New York Mets this afternoon. First pitch was at 1 p.m., and Nick Neiter got the start for the Miami Marlins and has pitched 4 scoreless innings so far. Score still tied 0-0. Kevin Durant made a perfect return last night, going 5 for 5 from the field, scoring 17 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists in 19 minutes of action. And the Nets routed the Pelicans 139-111. On the eve of the Masters, the LA County Sheriff's Office said Excessive speed was the cause of Tiger Woods' February crash. Woods' SUV was traveling from 84 to 87 miles per hour in a 45 mile per hour speed limit. The SUV was going 75 miles per hour when it hit the tree. No traffic citations were issued. This is South Florida's home for local sports talk. This is OnSideRadio.com.
Now streaming online.
OnSide Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan.
All righty. Rosendo on the YouTube chat board says, it's all good, Big O, because I was talking about Polynesians and Samoans, how they tend to be good people and good family-oriented people and hardworking. And, again, I hate the stereotype, but it just seems to be that way. When you see them come from the island, it just, usually, man, they're pretty good. But, Rosendo, I got something for you. You said, it's all good, Big O. They are not known for their QB skills, more known for being O-line players. Maybe you're talking about not a lot of Polynesians have become NFL quarterbacks. I want you to do this, okay, Rosendo? About a month and a half ago or 2 months ago, I had Tua's high school coach on. And I want you to go listen to that interview because I cannot remember all the names. But just check it out how many Polynesian kids have left Hawaii and they're actually quarterbacking and have quarterback schools all throughout in college, okay? Now, you are correct. I can't think of a lot on the NFL level. You know what I'm saying? I don't know a lot of them. I don't even know if I could think of one because Mariota didn't do it either yet. You know what I mean? He had very little success. To garner, like saying, okay, this guy's a really good QB. He's a backup in this league. So I get what you're saying, but here's the other thing. You know, I can't stereotype a group to a position either because every group has had to cross that line. You know what I mean? Maybe the first offensive lineman, the first whatever. You know what I'm saying? So quarterback, wide receiver, you name it. And so let's not put it past them that they can't be that just because you haven't seen it at the NFL level. But again, if you can, go to our show page on iTunes or Spotify or Stitcher or Google Play or any of that stuff, and then scroll down, and you'll find Tua's coach. I forgot his name too. I can't even remember, but it'll say Tua's coach, Tua's high school coach, and listen to that interview because he reels off a whole bunch of names that you're like, holy crap, really? And, just it's a little educational, I would say. I like how Tua's brother plays. We'll see if he can take it to the next level because obviously he's playing at the college level too. That'll be the challenge, as they say. All right, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623 if you want to get in on the program. The text line is 844-416-8123. Babe Ruth had the original single season at 60. Then it was broken by Roger Maris in 61. In 1961, Babe Ruth also held a career mark of 714. It was broken by Henry Aaron in 72 or 73. Reset the record, a mark at 755. There you go. Thank you, sir. And didn't Babe Ruth do the 60 and 154? And then Maris did it in 162. And people always wanted to put a little asterisk on the Roger Maris one because he had more games to beat Babe Ruth, if I remember correctly. That was the
argument behind it. Yeah.
Now that the memory is coming back, now that you told me, I'm now remembering that stuff. Because man, this stuff we don't talk about anymore. This is for deep into the count. Okay? This is the kind of conversation that happens in a segment of Deep Into the Count, which, by the way, Saturdays, 1 to 3 p.m. Don't miss it. Best show that covers the Marlins every single week. And let me ask you something. Is there a station in town that does a Marlins show on its own? That it's not contractually served up by the team? That they got to have the Marlins show because they have the team? Just like, another station has a Panther show because they have the team and it's already in the contract. It's not because they're doing it. No. The team's in charge of the show. I'm just saying. Am I lying, Alex? Am I lying at all?
You're speaking facts.
Okay, that's what we try to do on this show. We speak the facts. Because I just want to say, OnSide Radio doesn't want to do it that way. OnSide Radio wants to take care of baseball fans with people that love baseball. Boom. There's Alex Aguirre and Mr. Christian Chase. People here on this station, if you're a wrestling fan, we want to take care of you too. Because we got Sean Stanley, who does an awesome job with his wrestling show because he knows that sport inside and out. The dude's face is electric when he's talking about wrestling. Loves it. Okay? Panthers. We're not getting on the bandwagon. We drive the bandwagon. We got David Dwork kicking ass every Saturday. We're not contractually tied to the Panthers. I'm just saying, that's what real sports stations do. That's why we are the only real sports station in town. That's it. I just wanted to make sure we get that out there and we explain to folks that we are doing things because we are sports fans. And we have passionate hosts all throughout that will talk soccer, that will talk wrestling, that will talk gambling, that will talk, of course, we're going to talk football, basketball. I mean, of course, it's automatic. And by the way, Alex, who's got the best basketball show locally here in South Florida?
We do.
Ah, yes, that's right.
And now it's an hour long.
That's right, the Pallet Rack City Inside the Paint program. That's right. Who's got Ira Winderman and Ethan Skolnick exclusively here an hour a week? Huh?
OnSide.
That's right. So I'm just saying, we are creating the kind of station that the South Florida sports fan can come to and just relax. Just turn it on and let it go. And learn about all kinds of different things, even if you don't follow a little baseball, but you can listen to Alex and Christian and pick up a little bit. You don't follow, hockey as well. You can listen to David Dwork. Whatever it is, dude. You want MMA? We got the best, dude. Alex Donald's here. There's not a sport that we avoid because that's what a sports station does. And I'm not the station manager / program director / 80 other jobs that I do, and I never tell these guys they can't talk this, can't talk that. Never. I mean, look at Alex Donald's face. Well, actually, you can't because it's always masked up, but I can tell you that he's a happy camper because he doesn't have to look over his shoulder. Oh, my God, I mentioned Serie A. Oh, they're going to have my job. That's not happening. You know what I'm saying? So that's the beauty. It's a real sports station. So even if you're not big in MMA, you'll learn something from Donald. And wait till, Frank Zaffrey and Fight Night takes over. That's going to happen too. That's coming. All of that. So that's what we're doing here on this station. And we thank all of you for supporting us and giving us the love that you've been giving us. Speaking of love, dude, did you see what Shaq did? Was that cool or what?
That was really nice. That was
that was awesome, man. Listen, I can't say I'm the biggest Shaq guy in the world, especially how he left this place and what he did to Chris Quinn and Ron Culp and all that stuff. I just kind of found it very classless on his part, the way he left this place. Hell, he wanted to even beat up Pat Riley at one moment. But Shaq paid off a young man's engagement ring at a jewelry store in Georgia this week. It was all caught on video. The Big Diesel explained how it all went down on TNT, saying he was at Zales in Atlanta on Monday shopping for some earrings when he noticed a man was stressing over the bill. Shaq says the guy was trying to figure out a way to set up a payment plan for a ring that he was purchasing for his girlfriend. when the NBA legend felt like he had to step in. He says, I see the guy come in. He was just so shy. He was saying, hey, how much do I owe to pay off the ring? And I was like, my man, how much is the ring? I'm going to say the amount. I'm not going to say the amount because it's not a lot for me. So Shaq whipped out the credit card and paid for it right on the spot. That was pretty cool, dude. And you gotta look at it this way. Damn it, my voice. You gotta look at it this way. As a man, it's a pressure moment, dude, to get a ring. You got to pick the right one. You know you're going to spend money. Most of us, okay, you know, we're not Shaq and we're not rich and all that. We can just, hey, boom, and pay it off in one shot, and it's a joke for us. Most of us, I know I have. I mean, I gave my wife a new ring on her 25th wedding anniversary. That sucker took me 6 months to pay off, dude. I had to go like every month and pay, and because I'm not rich, you know what I mean? Now I don't have to pay for a ring; I can invest in crypto. But you know that's just another point. Now that has nothing to do with one or the other. But no, seriously, most of us, it's a pressure time as a man to try to overcome that hurdle. You know, so great stuff by Shaq, man. I gotta say, because he understands as a man that it's a tough position for all of us to be in, because you want to get the right ring for your woman. You want that to be perfect because you want them to always cherish that moment. And you don't want to show up with a ring that you got in a 25-cent machine. All right, let's do the crossover. We do that next right here on OnSideRadio.com.
We'll be right back to the Big O Show. You can join us on the OnSide Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623.
For over 20 years, Mr. Glass has been committed to the safety and satisfaction of our clients. Our products are the culmination of innovative engineering, aesthetic appeal, and the highest levels of quality. Through our legacy, Mr. Glass strives to impart the true meaning of quality, service, and sustainability to new generations. Reputation, experience, and trust is why clients choose Mr. Glass. Live the future now. Locate a dealer near you today.
Baseball fans will go deep into the count with Alex Aguirre and Christian Chase. Catch the show that talks Marlins and all the big stories in the major leagues. Saturday at 8 a.m. exclusively at OnSideRadio.com.
Can I get a captain?
Captain and what?
Captain and Ginger.
I can't hear you.
Captain and Ginger. He was a Captain and Ginger. Captain and Ginger. He was a Captain and Ginger.
Captain Morgan, official partner of Major League Soccer.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
Let's raise a cup to the first among us who put themselves last. To the risk takers, the mask makers, the heroes on the front line and online. To the ones keeping shelves full and keeping us hopeful. To those who don't stop and those making all the stops. To the ones who pick up, suit up, and never let us down. From all of us at Duncan to all the heroes keeping everyone running, we thank you.
Hey, it's Big O. You know, air quality in your home or business is so important now, folks. That's why you've got to call M&S Air Conditioning. Let them install high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit that attracts, captures, and destroys biological contaminants to improve your air quality. M&S is always on call from 7:30 a.m. till 9 o'clock p.m. and, of course, emergency Sundays. Call for more info on high-efficiency air filters and their preventative maintenance plans. Visit M&S Air Conditioning at ac-florida.com.
At Baptist Health, we are ready
To serve. To treat.
To safely proceed with your procedure.
We're ready for ER visits and office visits.
With skilled surgeons.
Advanced medicine.
And multidisciplinary teams. We're ready for new arrivals.
Our new recoveries.
We are ready.
We're ready to diagnose, treat, and manage
anything that comes our way
with exceptional care and comfort.
With the same preparedness to expect from Baptist Health.
And we are ready.
We're ready.
We're ready
to care for you.
You're listening to OnSideRadio.com. Catch up anytime by downloading the MyTuner Radio app. OnSideRadio.com, South Florida's true hometown station.
All right, we're back, baby. Final segment of the show as we get ready for the man of the match. So how you feeling today?
Good.
I
know.
Like is your engine running well?
My engine coin is running well. Thank you for the hot tip on that. I never, if you hadn't started telling me about engine coin like a week ago, I don't think I ever even would have noticed it, right? Because a lot of times when I'm on, when I'm on one of the, the coin services we use, Coinbase or eToro and stuff, like there's so many of these altcoins. Every now and then I'll be amused by a name of one, like Sushi Swap.
Oh, Sushi Swap, yes.
Yeah, like I'll see something like, okay, that's Sushi. That's kind of polka dot. These are amusing names, but I would never know to actually invest in one if not for the fact that you're watching all these videos and doing all these research. I appreciate that.
And you and I screwed up because we talked about it earlier. Uniswap, we could have taken advantage of. When it was
I don't have any
much
of
lower price. No, neither did I.
Yeah,
because I didn't get it early. I mean, Theta is one that I wanted badly, but I can't.
Never
find
even heard of that one.
I can't find it. I
can't. That's probably why.
And it already exploded. It made its run now that I don't want to get in on it now.
By the way, well, what does it seem on an unrelated note? The Marlins play earlier every day. It's like, are they going to be playing at like 9 a.m. tomorrow? Like they played late afternoon yesterday, early afternoon today. Is it there? If they keep not scoring runs, is Major League Baseball just going to make them play earlier and earlier every day till they score a goddamn run?
Well, maybe. I tell you, bro, what a shame because the kids have been pitching their asses off.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's so hard to watch.
And they can't score with a fistful of dollars in a whorehouse. The Marlins can't score at a Paul Pierce poker party.
Everybody was scoring that night.
How about that? Huh? How about that? So we could bring the analogy to modern times right here within the week. Seriously, wow. The Marlins could be all hanging out with Paul Pierce, and they'd fumble everything there. They'd be the only ones that aren't getting any ass. Seriously, it's amazing. It really is. But again, this is why if you spend the money in baseball, you get the results. It's really hard to do it with a ton of youth. That's why in 2003 it was lightning in a bottle, dude. Yeah. What do you got going on?
Well, we're going to talk Dolphins and draft in the 3 o'clock hour with Kyle Krabs. I love the conversations with him.
Always a great segment.
Good. We're going to have, I'm sure, a very fun Heat conversation with Alphonse Sidney from Hangover Time. It's going to join us in the 4 o'clock hour. And we're going to talk Florida Panthers. We'll talk about the trade today and what the next trade may be with Jameson Olive from FloridaPanthers.com.
Okay,
He's going to join us in the 5 p.m. hour. So we're going to have a good time today. And, the Marlins are down.
You can talk hockey on this station?
Yes, I'm told that I can talk hockey. I can talk soccer, and we do. I can talk MMA and boxing. We do all of that.
Okay. I just want to check. I just want to make sure. What a slacker that station manager is.
Seriously.
Damn, I tell you. All right, Alex, excellent work by you, sir. And you all out there, thank you. We love you for keeping it locked and supporting